What's up, friends? Welcome into another edition of Rock Chalk Sports here on ESPN Kansas City and KansasNation.com with our technical director, Elijah Schmidt, assisted by Tyler Brewer today. Alongside Dan Courtwright, I am Sean Kellerman. Thanks for joining us. Another week here of Rock Chalk Sports and an exciting week as the basketball tournament continues for JHX Hoops. We had a lot of coverage you guys probably saw, courtesy of Dan Courtwright, Jimmy Kaufman, and others over in Manhattan and Topeka last week, and can't wait to see what JHX Hoops does tonight at Charles Cook Arena in Wichita. We're going to be talking about that here in the opening segment as 3 wins away now. JHX Hoops, this is as far as they've ever been, Dan, and it was great. KU doing KU things to K-State. Despite losing by 19 in Game 1, they came back, got it done. We'll break it down, but feels good to beat K-State again.
Absolutely it does. And you even look at all 3 games, right? They lost the first one. You know, Beasley was getting all fired up. Everybody was getting all fired up. It was in Bramlage. It was like 99% K-State fans out there. But then you look at the game at Washburn. JHX Hoops was down by 14 at one point in the third quarter, and they managed to come all the way back and win it in the Elam ending. And even in the third game, Kansas found themselves, JHX Hoops, found themselves down quite a bit.
How many times did you do that last week?
A lot. A lot. I kept on saying Kansas.
I mean, on the telecast, they've got Kansas alumni, K-State alumni.
Yeah, I know.
And just a little logo. But it's... Yeah.
But JHX Hoops, I'll call them Kansas because they're all Jayhawks. They're all former Kansas guys, except for like Jacob Hanna and Andrew Orr and some of those guys. But I mean, you look at the third game. Even like I said, they were down, but I think this kind of shows, and this is really cool to see. It kind of shows that like Sharon and Tyshawn are really good coaches, and they've been able to make those adjustments throughout this 3-game series, and then throughout the games too, like halftime adjustments. And I mean, it is really interesting to see.
I was thinking about that on the way in, and those guys have coaching experience now, but it's impressive. I mean, they didn't just lose Game 1; they got clocked pretty good. Yeah, lost by 19, like I said, and you can't just roll out the next day. I mean, you tell yourself, okay, let's grind through this. We got maybe a little bit more of a home court advantage, even though they were at Lee Arena, certainly a better option than Bramlage if you're a Jayhawks fan. But yeah, I mean, the adjustments they made, and as corny as it sounds, the belief the guys had when they were down 14 late in Game 2 up against it, I'm sure the K-State alumni, Purple Rain, are thinking, oh man, we're going to get this done in 2 and we're moving on. Then you get the comeback, Frank wins it, and then, of course, another comeback. The Elam ending, JHX Hoops in Game 3 was down by 4. And ended up outscoring Purple Rain and moving on. Again, that's what KU does to K-State. More on Game 3 in particular here in the opening segment. Next segment, Nick Springer, he joins us in studio to talk TBT, to talk KU football. We're going to squeeze a little Chiefs question in for him as well. We actually are going to do a little bit of a pushback on our next Chiefs opponent outlook because we've got a lot of content TBT that we want to get into as it's game day. Dan and I are going to be out in Wichita for JHX Hoops and the Aftershocks, the reigning champs of TBT. That's later tonight in the quarterfinals. More on that in a bit. Dan, tell us a little bit about the post-game coverage that you got, some exclusive interviews. You and Jimmy Kaufman were over at Bramlage Coliseum on Friday and caught up with a few guys afterward. Yeah,
I got a chance to catch up with Mario Chalmers, talk to him a little bit. By the way, Mario Chalmers, I talked about this on the show. After game, I think it was Game 1, I talked to him, and then when he left, I said, hey, where's LeBron going? And he said, Miami, I think. I said, okay, if anybody's going to know, anybody that I've ever talked to is going to know probably where LeBron is going to go. It's probably going to be Mario Chalmers. And then, like a couple days later, LeBron signs with the 76ers. And then I caught up with him after the game in Bramlage, and I said, hey, man, you lied to me. And he said, thought he was going to Miami.
Yeah, he probably wanted him to, of course. They won championships together.
A little biased, I get it. But Mario got a chance to catch up with him, and he's been fun to watch because he'll get out there. He had 13 minutes in Game 3. I mean, 0 points. I actually don't know if he's scored at all, but he had a really nice block in Game 3 as well. It kind of stuffed a guy down underneath, which is cool to see the short, spunky point guard getting a block down there. But again, I think Mario's role is one of like a Udonis Haslem down the stretch, where he's like, yeah, he's on the team, but he can provide a lot more than just what it is on the court. Like he's got the court vision. He, can tell guys where to go and off-ball movements and different things like that. So I got a chance to talk to Mario Chalmers. I also talked to Jamari Traylor as well after the game too. Really cool interview with him. And then Jimmy Kaufman got a chance to catch up with Frank Mason, who had both game winners in Game 2 and Game 3. Frank had a tremendous game in Game 2, didn't really play well in Game 1, and then honestly in Game 3 didn't play very well as well. He only had 9 points in Game 3, 3 for 12 from the field, but winds up with the only 2 points for him in the Elam ending being the game winner and driving in on Michael Beasley. So, I mean, really, really fun stuff. So you'll hear that from Jimmy Kaufman and Frank Mason.
Got our Case of the Mondays segment following that. Got some sports betting things we want to get into that are making
we have 3 different gambling things in here.
Yeah, making people a little bit upset. A couple of them, I guess there's a feel-good story for one sports bettor that we'll get into. Then we'll go to the podium at Bramlage Coliseum. After JHX Hoops eliminated Purple Rain, we'll hear from some of the guys at the podium, and then we'll close out the show talking more TBT again tonight. JHX Hoops and the Aftershocks in Wichita at Charles Cook Arena. Be tuned in to kansasnation.com for the best coverage. You're going to see us on YouTube. You're going to see us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at the Kansas Nation. Kansas Nation on Facebook. That is the place to be. But, Dan, you held down the fort last week as I was out. Family trip to the Ozarks.
Yeah, how was
that? Really enjoyed it. It was great. It was great. There's a scene from The Office that you probably remember. Season 6, I think. Michael and Jim are co-managing for like a few episodes.
Sure.
Because they promote Jim to be like the day-by-day, day-to-day manager. And they say Michael oversees sales and bigger picture things. And it's a little bit of a struggle for him. And, in this short stretch, I remember there's 1 or 2 episodes where everybody hates both of them. And they're like hiding together in Michael's office, or maybe Jim's office, I don't know. But Michael asks Jim, when the two of them are kind of locked, he says, how are you feeling, or how are you doing, basically? And Jim's like, 4. And Michael's like, well, what are you usually? And Jim says, 6. And Jim says, what about you? And Michael says, usually a 10, but I'm feeling like a 0. That's kind of how it is for me. Like when I get to vacation, when I get to the lake, the Ozarks with the family, and it was really special this year because my girls were there, I'm like a 10 on day 1. The day that I'm leaving, I am a 0. I am, and I'm like that a lot. Like my wife knows better than anybody to where like I'm, very positive, like the highs most of the time, but sometimes I'm like, man, I am just sad right now.
Little vacation hangover.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. We had 3 really good days of weather, a couple cloudy days, one day where it rained a little bit, but made the most of it. We had like 18 or 20 of us there.
Wow.
Families, and, you had a bunch of kids there, and I walked away, knowing that the kids made a ton of awesome memories. So they got to swim in the pool and go on the boat. Ava and I went on the tube about 6 miles an hour.
Fun. Yeah,
so that was good.
Naturally. That rope wasn't even taut.
I think she liked it. Yeah, I got a blister on my hand because I was holding on so tight.
Nice.
Even though it was going so slow. I was like trying to figure out, I didn't know how to really hold her because she's got her life jacket, and she's a pretty little girl. And
were you sitting, or were you on your belly?
We were sitting. So it was one of those like kind of safer younger kid tubes where there's a back to it. You're going slow. But I was holding onto the rope, and I was like, just as a parent, you're trying to think, okay, what could possibly go wrong? And we got life jackets on and all that, but it still was like, how am I going to? You're just going through all the scenarios. But she enjoyed it. She said she wanted to go again.
That's good.
Initially, and then she chose against it. But it was funny because she was trying to talk to one of my older nieces. She was trying to talk to her while we were on the tube, and the niece was on the boat, and she was trying to, in her cute little voice, ask, can I go with you next? And I'm like, oh, well, sweetie, she's not going to be able to hear you right now. Like, we're on the tube way back here. And she's like, hey, Cameron, can I go on the tube? And she would love to. She can't really hear you right now. Yeah. Like, there's waves. But it was cute. And then Claire had her first vacation. So it's great. My parents did a great job. The coolest part about it, just to kind of set the the scene was we were staying in assorted cabins, and each family for the most part had like their own cabin, each little family. So that was nice. But it was kind of like walking around, and the kids thought it was so fun because it's our own little neighborhood where there's a pool and a playground there.
Oh, that's
and then,
awesome.
maybe we'll go to Lucy's cabin, and then we'll go to Grandma and Grandpa's cabin, and kind of get to do a little bit of everything. And they felt like it was kind of their spot. So it was really an awesome vacation.
Caitlin was great.
Yeah, Caitlin was saying on the way back, just kind of talking with Ava, listing all the cool things they did with the tubing, the pool, the bubbles. We had the rainy day. We were inside doing board games, and my parents had set up bingo, and there's ping pong. So there's all sorts of fun stuff.
That's awesome, man. That sounds a lot better than my trip to the Ozarks.
Yeah,
tell me about it. Have power for
right. So
half of it. But no, that's great. Did you hit up any? I guess
we did go to Captain Ron's.
Okay, you went to Captain Ron's.
Went to Captain Ron's.
Didn't go to Coconuts.
No, we had like a 4 or 5 hour stretch because I was like, I would love to do this. Where one of the days we had a boat, I was like, can we go? Like, because I love going and eating on the water. And
of course,
that was fun. And mom and dad, my parents watched the kids, so it was nice kind of getting out for a little bit.
Sure.
Boating's different when it's so many kids because it's not like you're cruising around.
Yeah.
Throwing a few beers back.
Full throttle.
I did have a couple beers over the week, which you'll be happy to hear.
I'm very happy to hear that.
But yeah, you're not like kind of cruising. It's like, all right, who's going on the tube now of the kids, and then who's going next on the tube, and this kid wants to go with this kid on the tube, and but yeah, that's what it's about though. They got a lot of memories, and
man, that's great.
We'll be excited to go back, man.
Well, and at least you're back in Kansas. I mean,
yes, I know that's
you're out of Missouri.
It's literally the only bad thing about the Ozarks.
Yeah, is the fact that it's in Missouri.
Yes,
it's very unfortunate. Well, I'm glad you had fun, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fun week.
Yeah, man,
over here on the show.
You had a busy week with the
cool
events, Prime Martial Arts,
the basketball tournament,
the
basketball tournament, Prime Martial Arts, the meet and greet, and yeah, it's been cool, man. We're going out to Wichita tonight, so you're gonna be able to like talk. It's really crazy because you can just like talk to these guys afterwards.
Yeah.
Because it's not really like
we love Chris Tyson.
Absolutely.
And we love all those media relations guys.
Yeah, it's not even just that, but it's just the weird. It's like TBT does a good job of organizing the event, but in terms of like the post game stuff, it's not like super organized.
Yeah.
And that's not even like a blemish on them. It's just the fact that it's like, hey, these are guys, like they're just, they drive themselves to the games and they're, with their families and all this kind of stuff. So I was just like hanging out outside the locker room, and then like Mario will just like walk out. I'll be like, hey, Mario, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, man, sure.
Cool.
So it's really cool to like, I mean, you're just like chatting it up with these guys. So it is fascinating, man. So I'm excited to see, you, because it's so weird. I don't know. It's so strange to like just be like, oh yeah, like halfway through the interview, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm talking to Mario Chalmers right now. Like, this is very, very strange. It's a very odd. Yeah. Oh yeah, how'd you play today? And it's like that's something I never thought that I would be able to do.
And people know that every major college program has people like Chris Tyson and Andy Eisch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Media relations people. While they're here at KU, there's steps you have to take. You can't just drive over to their house.
Yeah.
And, throw a few burgers on the grill and
for TBT,
and
it's just
minutes.
like you can just get these guys.
Yeah.
It's
so
awesome.
It's a blast. And again, Kansas Nation on socials. Check us out if you hadn't seen any of that. It's been really cool. Christian Brown was in attendance in Topeka, if I'm not mistaken. So excited for that as he got to support.
And all of the KU, virtually the entire KU basketball team.
Yeah.
I think like Tay Kinney and Tyron Stokes weren't there, but I think like everybody else except Paul and Bia was not there either. Mm-hmm. But everybody else. They showed up. You saw Christian Reeves and Trent Perry and Davion Atkins and Cole Rosario was there over in Topeka. So yeah, it was really cool to see those guys too. And they were hyped up too when Frank Mason hit the game-winning shot. KU's current basketball team all stormed the court and were celebrating with the guys. It was really fun to see.
Hopefully they got a taste of the Sunflower Showdown, if you will, even though it couldn't be dubbed like that, I guess. JHX Hoops against Purple Rain. But yeah, no, we'll see what happens here. Former Jayhawk Connor Frankamp and the Aftershocks will be hosting JHX Hoops tonight, and more on that a little bit later. But recap, Dan, the game that happened, kind of more of a muddied up game in Game 3 in Manhattan. Not a ton of points, but like I said, the target score was 61 when Purple Rain had a 53-49 lead. And JHX Hoops, they hit some free throws to kind of claw back in it, and then ended up really running away with it. 12-2, I think, is how they ended the game. And Frank, again, got it done at the end.
He has a 12-2 run to finish it off, like you said. And, JHX Hoops, they got outscored in 3 of the 4 quarters. I mean, you look at the first quarter, going in, it was 16-9 going into the second quarter. JHX Hoops was down, and they got to a really bad start, too. And, we heard from Sharon and Tyshawn after the game saying, like, that is, like, the biggest thing that they need to work on is getting off to a faster start. Second quarter, JHX Hoops outscored them 15-10, and third quarter, I mean, it was 19-15. Purple Rain outscored them, and then it was 10-8. JHX Hoops outscored them. So they outscored them by 2 in the fourth quarter. But like you said, 12-2 run to close it out. And I want to know your thoughts on. I'm sure, because again, you were on vacation. Did you see Michael Beasley and any of his antics that was
Absolutely.
going on? He's a legitimate, like, maniac. He's a crazy person.
Yeah.
And he's, like, scary.
He played a lot of 305 with Chalmers. So, they know each other well. They were chopping it up.
Yeah, and, like, it's weird because, like, I think him and Billy Preston were also on a Big 3 team as well. So, like, the only guys that he knows really is Mario, Billy Preston. He, like, kind of knows Sharon because that was when he was at K-State. That was, like, the one, Sharon was there, and Sharon was really good back then. But, I mean, when you look at what they were able to do, I mean, Michael Beasley was a really nice player in all of these games. It was kind of strange because you would see him, like, go on the ground and, like, hold his knee or hold his hamstring or something, and then he would scoot off the court, and then he would just pop back up and be ready to go. And for me, I was like, okay, I see what he's doing. He just was laying down on the ground to get a break. That's exactly what it was, which is fine. That's not crazy. He's 37 years old. I mean, he's getting up there. I mean, he's probably not as athletic as he once was. So I certainly get it. But I mean, Purple Rain had a really nice team, man. I mean, Xavier Sneed was really, really good in the first 2 games. Second game, not as good. He went 2 for 12 from the field, only 9 points in that one. But Michael Beasley, I'm pretty sure, led him in scoring the entire time. But you look at what Zeke Mayo was able to do in Game 3, really kind of woke up. Because if you noticed in Game 1 and Game 2, Zeke's shots were not falling. He was firing them like he usually does, and that's exactly what Zeke Mayo is supposed to do, right? But they weren't falling. But then you look at Game 3, 4 for 11 from the three-point line, 7 for 15 from the field, 25 points from Zeke Mayo. He was by far and away the best player that JHX Hoops had. And Billy Preston, I mean, I talked to you about this off air. He looks like the best basketball player on the court at all times. Now, again, he went 1 for 14 from the field. And that one was a three-pointer. And then he also went 4 for 4 from the free throw line. That's pretty good. 7 points total. 1 for 14 from the field is not great. But Billy Preston, what he's able to do with the ball, I mean, he's the most athletic guy out there. And when you saw it in Game 1 a little bit and a little bit in Game 2, where when he puts the ball on the ground, he's susceptible to getting it stolen. And I think he might have had like 4 or 5 turnovers in one of the games. But only had 1 turnover in Game 3. He wound up having 2 steals. He had a block. He had 8 rebounds. So I mean, he's doing all the other stuff that he needs to do. Just the ball wasn't falling in the third game. But man, it's just one of those things. And we heard from Sharon Collins after, I believe it was Game 1 or Game 2, that Billy Preston's probably the guy that you feel the best for, because he's been waiting so long to play in front of Kansas fans. If you remember, he only played in that one exhibition game, right?
Yeah.
He played in one exhibition game, then the whole thing happened, never played for Kansas ever again. This is what he's been waiting for. And he's played in the basketball tournament for the last 3 years, right? But him being able to like take over these games and actually have some fan support behind him, and now they're going into bracket play, going up against the Aftershocks, you can tell that he really enjoys it too. I mean, Billy Preston just absolutely loves the fact that he gets to wear the crimson and blue again. And Carlton Bragg, I mean, kind of the same thing. Carlton Bragg had a big time 3-pointer at the end of Game 3 to, I think, bring JHX Hoops ahead. Was that in the Elam? It wasn't the Elam ending, I think it was. And that
Before
was the only 3
out.
that he made. He wound up with 7 points. Yeah, he did wind up fouling out. He had 6 personal fouls. But, I mean, Carlton Bragg had a great game. So you can see these guys. I mean, they're not just here for the money. Like, it's $2 million, of course. Like, that's a part of the reason why they're going to be playing. But it's crazy to see, like, because Carlton Bragg doesn't need to have pride wearing a Kansas jersey, because that it kind of ended on weird terms. Obviously went over to New Mexico and finished his career out there. Billy Preston, again, doesn't need to feel the pride. And then there's, a lot of these other guys don't need to feel that pride as well, but they certainly do. And we talked to them after the games, and they're like, yeah, man, it's great to go out there and beat K-State on their home court. Like, it's that rivalry doesn't go anywhere, which is a lot of fun to see.
Yeah, JHX Hoops in Game 3 shot just 30%. You talked about it briefly. There are some percentages individually that leave something to be desired. Jacob Hanna was 3 of 10. Frank Mason was 3 of 12. And Billy Preston, 1 for 14. Hanna did have a double-double with 10 points and 10 boards. Frank Mason playing 40 minutes in this one for JHX Hoops. But, yeah, Zeke Mayo, that was kind of the story. And he showed this a little bit in Summer League. And you and I talked about it, not just doing it offensively. Now, that's where his bread is going to be buttered, if you will, as he hit 4 threes. KU, as a team, shot just 7 of 28. But, yeah, 25 points for Zeke. Hanna had 10. Like I said, nobody else in double figures. We'll talk about JHX Hoops against the Aftershocks a little bit later in the show. Again, that's 8 o'clock tonight. You can listen to the audio of that game on kansasnation.com. So be tuned in for that. But it seems like Frank and Zeke are the straw that's stirring the drink. What do you think is going to be key? Or I guess if you want to even rewind it, Dan, what has been key to JHX Hoops advancing to the quarterfinals? Because their backs were against the wall, and like we talked about a little bit earlier, they flipped the switch to where they seem to have, even if they're not hitting every shot they take, found chemistry and found the right combinations.
Yeah, I think the biggest key to getting past the Aftershocks is you got to get the big men more involved, right? And you saw Billy Preston with 8 rebounds, but like you said, 1 for 14. Now, it might have been one of the best 1 for 14 games I've ever seen, because, like I said, he was doing all the other stuff around it pretty good. But you need to get the big men more involved. With Billy Preston needs to learn how to play as a big man. He likes to play as a guard, which I don't love that about him. He can do it, but you need to get him more involved in terms of that aspect of it. And Carlton Bragg as well. You need to get him more involved down low too. Andrew Orr, I think, needs to have a big game. But I think the key for Kansas and how far they've gotten has really just been, the guard play and really kind of slowing the game down in theory. Just like, hey, we need to, slow this down, run some set plays. Because in Game 1, the reason Kansas lost so badly is because they were playing iso ball. It was like, hey, all right, Frank Mason, iso ball.
Each other out a little bit.
Yeah. Dribbles in 3 dribbles, gets to 15 feet, turns around, panics, throws the ball away. And he had 7 turnovers in Game 1, right? They started playing as a team, and they started meshing. The chemistry started to come a little bit. And again, that goes back to coaching. Sharon and Tyshawn Taylor and Jackson Cruz have all done a tremendous job in terms of meshing this team together in such a short amount of time. So I think that's the biggest thing, is building off the momentum that you have and maintaining that chemistry.
Yeah, we'll talk more about JHX Hoops and the Aftershocks. Tell you a little bit about how they have gotten here, as the quarterfinals of the basketball tournament is tonight from Charles Cook Arena in Wichita, 8 p.m. Again, you can listen to the audio of that on kansasnation.com. After this, though, we are going to bring on Nick Springer, Kansas City Sports Network, to talk TBT and touch on a few other things as well. ESPN Kansas City, kansasnation.com.
Hey, Kansas fans, Coach Bill Self here, and you're watching kansasnation.com.
Celebrate the summer with savings at Crown Toyota. BZ models, 0% APR with a $500 cash incentive. RAV4 models, 4.99% APR. 2026 Toyota Tacoma, 3.99% APR. Get into a 2026 Tundra for 2.99% APR.
You work hard and play hard. With a new Can-Am side-by-side from Heinen Outdoor Power Equipment, you can haul, tow, and hustle from dusk to dawn without slowing down a bit. Get one for a lot less during the Can-Am Fresh Deals for Summer event, going on now through July 31st. Save up to $1,500 on select 2026 Can-Am Defender models. Hardworking, low maintenance, and built to take a beating. And the prices are hard to beat right now at Heinen Outdoor Power Equipment in Lawrence.
At the heart of a city lies the restless, the visionaries, the bold. You made the bet. You took the risk. You showed up when nobody else would. Now, success is within reach. The question is whether your finances can keep up with you. From redefining events to guiding local youth, providing lifelines of industry, or reshaping wellness across the region. You deserve a financial partner that matches your ambition. This is where Meritrust comes in. Local people, real relationships. A team that sees your vision and says yes. Because bold business owners deserve bold financial partners. At Meritrust, we handle the finances, so you can take care of the bold. Meritrust Credit Union. Business, thinking, bold.
Welcome back to Rock Chalk Sports here on ESPN Kansas City and KansasNation.com. We're going to bring on Nick Springer, but first got to tell you about Meritrust Credit Union, new partners of us here at Kansas Nation. You know the feeling. The Fieldhouse gets loud, the chant starts low, and the Jayhawks bring the energy. That is Lawrence. Meritrust Credit Union thinks your money deserves that same feeling. A team in your corner that's pulling for you, win or lose, season after season. Financial well-being isn't just something they offer, it's why they exist. First car, first home, first business, whatever's next in your money story, they are right around the corner at 6th and Wakarusa here in Lawrence. Real people making real decisions locally. Meritrust Credit Union, the official financial well-being partner of Kansas Athletics. Stop by the branch or visit meritrust.org. Federally insured by the NCUA. Nick comes via the Kansas City Sports Network. How are you doing, given the fact that the Kansas City Sports Network's Pay Heed podcast will be a little bit different moving forward? Shout out to a friend of ours.
Yeah. Very excited for him, for Shreyas. I don't know if it's officially announced yet, but
yes.
Looking forward to what we're going to be doing coverage-wise on the KC Sports Network. We're going to be doing a special series coming up in August with some more daily content featuring fall camp for KU football, which is going to be getting underway, obviously, coming up at the start of August as well, which means that we're that much closer to the start of KU football. So, really excited about some of the coverage we're going to have coming up on YouTube at KansasJocks, KCSN, and, of course, on wherever you get your podcasts as well. So, looking forward to some more daily content for fall camp to hopefully get KU football fans up to date on all the happenings around fall camp and whatnot. So, looking forward to it. And then, obviously, the season will be kicking off at the start of September. And so, hopefully, it's a fun time. So, go check us out. We've got some fun stuff coming down the pipeline in August.
Pay Heed podcast, Kansas City Sports Network. Nick, we're talking KU football. We want to ask you some questions about football. But first,
I thought we were going to do 25 minutes on the Tour de France. It just ended yesterday.
Oh, it did? Who won?
Yesterday was the grand finale.
Who won?
Tadej Pogacar. He's actually arguably the greatest athlete in the world of anything right now.
I would argue with you on that. Yeah, I would for sure argue.
You haven't seen him then, clearly.
You said it was arguable. You said arguably.
Yeah, as in he's the best.
Yeah, I'll argue that. Yeah.
That you think he's the best, or that you think he's not the best?
I think it's incredibly arguable.
I don't know what you're doing.
Tour de France.
I'm saying it's stupid.
It was great.
How long is that? Because I feel like you've been bringing it up for a while.
It's 3 weeks.
God, it feels like 6, man. I'm sure you're crushed that it's over. I'm sure you're crushed. But before we talk KU football, TBT, we spoke of in the opening segment with JHX Hoops, backs against the wall, lost game 1 to Purple Rain, the K-State alumni, and lost pretty bad, 80-61. It was bleak. You're thinking, okay, game 2, Lee Arena and Topeka, maybe you have a little bit more crimson and blue in the stands. They get it done despite trailing big late. And then down, going to the Elam ending, again, somehow they found a way in game 3. And now they're as far as they've been, quarterfinals, heading to Wichita tonight. But it's been fun seeing these old Jayhawks.
Yeah, is this a safe space? Like, no, is anybody else listening? Is it just us, right? Nobody?
think.
Okay.
The Nick Springer, is this a safe space?
I didn't even know that the format had changed to like a 3-game elimination until after they lost game 1.
I
was like, oh, they lost. That's it. I guess it's done.
Right away,
and then they're like, come back again next. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? I had no idea. So clearly shows how plugged in I have been to the prestigious basketball tournament.
Yeah. It's $2
because
million.
I can't say the prestigious basketball tournament because it's not the PTBT or whatever the
TP
the prestigious basketball tournament.
Yeah.
So anyways, I think it's great if fans are enjoying it and having a good time with it. It's not necessarily my cup of tea. I think for me personally, the excitement of the TBT, that ship sailed a couple years ago for me. Like, I don't know, it's kind of gimmicky now. Like, the basketball's not that great. Like, yeah, it's cool to see some
Nostalgia's a hell of a drug, though.
But
you get to see Frank and Mario on the same court.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's again not necessarily my favorite thing in the world, but I do think it's cool. You know, obviously, fans can get into it and talk crap about beating K-State, right? That's funny. That's good. That's cool. Which is nice. But yeah, we'll see what happens tonight. They're playing the Aftershocks, which, funnily enough, Connor Frankamp is obviously on the Aftershocks. Which, you know, why isn't he
technically would qualify for
right? Exactly. That's
more years at Wichita State.
You know, honestly, truthfully, I'll tell you, the thing that really I think takes away from the TBT for me is that in the era of the transfer portal, like when you put together an alumni team, it's like it's not even an alumni team anymore. It's like guys that maybe played for like 1 year or whatever. So I don't know. It kind of loses some of its luster for me. But again, for people that enjoy it, I'm happy for you. I think that's great. I'm not, you know, unlike Dan here, I'm not going to shame people for liking different sports or enjoying different things like the Tour de France. You know, so whatever, if you like it, you like it. That's great. I'll probably keep an eye on it tonight and see what happens. I was informed this morning that the format is now back to single elimination.
Yes.
I learned that this morning, just in case you're wondering.
Okay, good.
So I am aware of the fact that if they lose tonight, it's over. And if they win, I think they go and play in Kentucky?
They'll play La Familia, who advanced to the semifinals, and that would be the alumni championship. And then whoever wins that faces the non-alumni champions.
Because apparently there's 2 different brackets. Like I had no idea
about any of this. So there's 8 alumni teams, 8 non-alumni teams.
But it actually got moved to 6 non-alumni teams. So it's been kind of a weird deal because it was, like you said, it used to be a much bigger tournament.
You know I'm not good with math, so you've already lost.
You know what's really weird? Con Knippel's dad has his own non-alumni team, and he's playing in it.
So he's like what?
Con Knippel Senior, he's like 55.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's kind of nice.
I mean, yeah, no, listen, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. But yeah, that's all very interesting stuff about the TBT. But yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, obviously, I don't think it should come as a surprise to any KU fans that Frank Mason can still play at a pretty high level. For Zeke Mayo, I think we talked about this actually before the TBT started. Like for Zeke Mayo, I mean, this was a chance for him to maybe, as a last-ditch effort, showcase what he could do for a potential like NBA opportunity.
Yeah.
Which I think he struggled in the first game and played a little bit better after that. But so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, Carlton Bragg's a flash in the past. Actually, you want to know a wild story about Carlton Bragg?
Yes.
I had a class with him freshman year at KU.
No way.
Yeah, I had a class with Carlton Bragg.
What class was it?
You're not going to believe this. It was coaching basketball.
Nice, dude. That's crazy.
How did I not know we had this class?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was a coaching. Well, I don't know if they have it now.
Dude, Emporia State has a coaching minor.
Huh.
You can minor in coaching.
But yeah, it was a coaching basketball class. And
you do that here too?
When it was exactly what it sounds like. It was like, you know, you talk about like X's and O's and stuff, and like part of I remember part of the final was we went to the gym and you had to like drop a play and make your classmates like run a play. Also part of the final was you had to stand up and give like a pregame speech as if like you're about to go play in a game. You had to like give up to like fire up the team. Yeah. We also there was a segment where on
the other part of the final was you had to beat Carlton Bragg one-on-one.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that. No. Another thing that we'd had to do in the class that I remember was it was like a roster management unit, and part of it was you ran a fantasy basketball team.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's like part of the class.
What a class.
Yeah, obviously it was an extracurricular class.
Sure.
And, but yeah, it was actually a lot of fun. No, Bill Self was not the professor, by the way. I don't remember who it was. It was some young guy that I don't remember his name, to be honest.
Sure.
But yeah, it was cool. It was at the Robinson Center, and we would go to the gym.
Nice and toasty in there.
Yeah, we would go to the gym and like set up cones and like practice running drills, and then I don't know. It was a.
Did you play any basketball, or was it all strictly coaching?
It's not. The class wasn't called playing basketball.
Okay,
the class was called coaching basketball.
I had a playing basketball class.
I did have a basketball class.
I had a basketball class too. It was great. All we did was play basketball.
Yeah,
that's what you did every single day. And then,
that's what you do in the play basketball class. In the coach basketball class,
you coach basketball. All right, fair enough.
Play it.
Right.
It's not called playing basketball.
It's coaching. That's like basketball 102. It's coaching. 101 is basketball.
Right. Exactly. They put the non-athletic people in the coaching basketball class, like
right.
And guys like you that can go dunk, they put you in the.
Have you dunked since you turned 28?
Not since I turned 28. My running clock started in about May, and then I actually tried to dunk it like 2 weeks ago, and I didn't.
No luck.
Again, I have 365 days
That's okay.
from like
this is
May
a safe
20th.
Space. No one's listening, so no
one's listening.
No one knows that you can't dunk anymore.
That's
so
my. I got time.
No one knows
time.
that you can't dunk anymore. It's okay.
I dunked it in May. That's why I say I have a whole year until I need to dunk again.
Okay.
I'm going to be training.
Sure, but anyways,
wearing ankle weights.
So that's my story about Carlton Bragg and how I was in a class with him.
Fair enough.
My freshman year at KU.
Nice.
So.
Heck yeah. My sister had a class with Andrew Wiggins. That was
Nice.
cool. Yeah, it was like one of those big, there's like 300 kids in the class. Right. But she still had a class with Andrew Wiggins, so that was kind of fun. Nick, I want to talk to you about KU football. Obviously, fall camp is right around the corner.
True. Even though we're still in summer.
Hall of Fame game is next week, man. And I know we've
already
talked about
this off air.
I'm aware.
I don't care.
All of you guys are haters, okay?
I'm not being a hater. I'm not hating on it at all. I
You
just
hate
don't
the
care.
Hall of Fame game.
I don't hate it.
care.
No, you're putting words in my mouth. I didn't say I hate it.
You know what? I just
said I don't care.
I think the Hall of Fame game is the best,
the Hall of
purest
Fame
form
game,
of football because all of these guys are trying their butts off, trying to make
the Hall of Fame game
roster.
serves a purpose. That's fine, and I don't care.
When else are you going to be
Maybe
able
a
to see
summer league should be the same for you then.
I like.
I don't hate on it at all.
They're all trying their butts off, man.
They are.
TBT.
See, you're just
$2 million prize.
Just to go back, you're just trying to paint me as a hater when actually I'm the opposite. I support anybody liking anything. You're the one that hates on people that don't support what you love.
Yeah, I do not like the Tour de France. Also, you do hate water polo.
I hate water polo.
Yeah,
that's it. Nothing else.
You're not a hater.
I'm not.
You just don't care about the Hall of Fame.
No,
game.
people can.
I don't like this erasure.
Listen, I'm a fan of any competitive anything.
Fair.
And whatever anybody enjoys watching.
Will you watch the Hall of Fame game?
I will probably maybe see the score. I don't know. I might watch it. I don't know. Is it next week? I don't even know what it is.
6th?
Yeah.
It's 6th.
So next Thursday. Thursday Night Football.
Thursday Night Football. TNF.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be electric.
I'll make sure that I have plans for Thursday, August 6th.
Fair enough. But anyway, KU football, their fall camp starts next week as well. I mean, just I guess what are some storylines that you're interested, obviously, aside from the obvious ones, right, with the quarterback battle.
Right.
But maybe what are some storylines that you're going to keep an eye out for? Is it sort of the meshing with the wide receivers? Is it the brand new linebacker room? I guess, what's going to be your main focus whenever you're watching, go out there and watch the segments that we're able to watch as media members?
Well, yeah, the thing about the quarterback battle is I don't think it makes a lot of sense to I shouldn't say waste energy, but to focus heavily on it like at the start of fall camp because nothing's going to change at the start of fall camp. Like to me, that's a storyline that like once you get into the second, third weeks of fall camp, like later in the fall camp, it's like, okay, what are we seeing from them that we didn't see earlier on? So it's obviously still a very important storyline, but in terms of like grand takes or like whatever, like it's not. I don't expect anything to happen really there early on in fall camp. But I do think fall camp is a good opportunity to see what guys have done in the program over the summer. A lot of these guys are going to have been doing weights and workouts and things like that in the summer. So, hey, did anybody that you've noticed either gain muscle or weight, or maybe looks a little bit slimmer and faster than they did in the spring, right? Like that's the first thing that I always look for at the start of fall camp is, hey, you've had 3 months, right? I mean, it's been 3 months since we got this chance to see these guys on the field. Just what do they look like just physically, right? Like what have any guys made real adjustments? Typically you're looking at like the offensive line, defensive line, guys gaining weight or losing weight. But, you can look at you mentioned the linebackers. You could look at the linebackers and, hey, is this guy moving a little bit quicker? Or like running backs too is another good position to watch.
Yeah.
So kind of keeping an eye on that. Obviously you mentioned linebackers. That'll be a big position to keep an eye on with just the lack of continuity there besides Trey Lathan coming back. That'll be something to keep an eye on. The wide receivers, you've got a trio of guys that I think could be exciting. So interested to watch them. Offensive line is going to be a big position group as well. I really like the offensive line, and I really like when we have a chance to go out during spring and fall to be a little bit more up close with the offensive line, or just in general with the team. But specifically for me, I like the offensive line because I think Dale Paulson is a really, really great coach. And I like just being near and hearing him and listening to how he explains things and how he breaks things down for his position group. I think that's a really interesting sort of exercise to be a part of from the outside. So I'll probably be keeping an eye on that just to see where things are at there. And, I mean, you've got question marks there. You've got Calvin Clements. Is he going to take a step forward this year? Is he going to become the guy that seems like the staff thinks he can be, but has he really tapped into it yet? Debatable. You've technically still got 3 position spots open. You feel pretty good about Nick Morrow probably starting at the other tackle, but at the guard spot, you could have some guys battling at the center spot. You've got Casey Carpenter. What does he look like? So there'll be a lot to look at. But yeah, as for like the very beginning of fall camp, I think a lot of it is just what do guys look like? How can you? Is there any noticeable physical developments from them from when we saw them in the spring versus when we see them at fall camp? What have they been doing over the summer? To achieve those goals, whatever it may be. So I like to keep an eye on that, see what guys look like, and then as we start to get more into the nitty gritty of fall camp and get to see a little bit more of how guys are looking out there, then that's when you start to get a little bit better feel for things. But I'm excited because obviously, you talked about the Hall of Fame game, but fall camp is the real benchmark for me of like, okay, real football is like, a month away.
It's right here. You taste it.
And we've had a couple days on the Chiefs side, too, that I'll ask you about. But, yeah, interesting that you said how are guys looking, because we noticed the jump in terms of physical appearance from the end of the season to spring and Dak Brinkley.
Right.
So, has he taken another step? Because this is a guy who could really be an impact guy for KU and what we think is a pretty deep defensive line, interior and exterior.
Leroy Harris, obviously, I think has gotten a lot of the conversation about that. But Dak Brinkley is entering his 3rd year in the program. And what can he do, right? I think that's an interesting piece as well off the edge with him and Leroy Harris, because everyone wants to focus on Leroy Harris, rightfully so, I think, with Leroy Harris. But Brinkley, I think, should be in that conversation as well.
Yeah. 2 days, like I said, into fall camp for the Kansas City Chiefs, and we're seeing 15 out there doing some things. He's got what appeared to be a brace and, whatever that.
Fully cleared, though.
Yeah, but fully cleared. I mean, did you ever think that on July 25th, 26th, Patrick Mahomes would be out there? Because this has got to make you feel good going into the season that doesn't start, by the way, until September 14th for real.
Well, I can tell you for sure that I know exactly how long it's been since he tore his ACL, because he tore his ACL on my birthday.
Oh my gosh.
So December 14th, in case anyone's wondering, December 14th, 2025 is when Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL. So from December 14th, that's 8 months? 8 months and like 10 days, basically.
Yeah.
From when he, when he tore it. Which is pretty remarkable, just in terms of, you think about the advances like on the medical side of surgery and whatnot, but also like, I go back to earlier in Patrick Mahomes' career. You guys, I'm sure, remember this. In his like 2nd or 3rd season with the team, he has that quarterback sneak play where his kneecap like was on the opposite side of his leg, and you're like, oh my God, this is horrible. And then like 2 weeks later, he's fine. It's like, okay, well, this guy clearly, like, just genetically is built different in some, like, just his, whatever it is about, his ability. So I can't say that I'm really shocked that this is where we're at right now with Mahomes and him, back and moving around and throwing the football and fully cleared, and now he's going to be good to go. Obviously, me personally, I would say that's all great that he's medically cleared, but, like, there's no rush. Like, you don't need to just make him go out there and do everything. It's fine.
You have an unbelievably beyond capable backup too. So you have plenty of plenty of depth in the
Justin
quarterback
Fields.
room.
Yeah,
He's the biggest Justin Fields fan in the world. Don't get him started.
MVP vote getter, Justin Fields. Yes, who is only 26, 27, I think.
I remember.
We look forward.
You know what? I think Justin Fields as a backup is great. That's my take.
Is it what?
I think it's great.
As a backup.
It's
as
great.
a backup.
Totally.
I think it's fine.
Totally.
But yeah, obviously the Mahomes stuff is great with what him coming back and everything. And that's really cool. So yeah, the questions for the Chiefs are, can the wide receivers be better? You've got some questions potentially on the defense as well with some of what they did. I don't know if you guys saw the breaking news, the story today about Eric Bieniemy this morning.
Yeah,
with him no longer being with the team and dealing with a family matter involving his wife and I think son maybe was part of it as well, which is hopefully wishing the best for him and his family. But so he's not there right now, which you're at the start of fall camp. Don't feel like that's that significant of a loss really for right now at least. We'll see, but that'll be something to monitor. So. Other than that, with Mahomes, I'm excited. I think it should be fun. We are 18 days, I think, from the first Chiefs preseason game, which is August 15th, I think, or August 14th, August 15th.
Sounds right.
Let me check.
Oh, it doesn't even say.
It's August 15th. I'm pretty sure. It's Saturday. Is that Saturday? I just know the days.
Yeah.
August 15th. Saturday, August 15th.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got that. Then they got the one the next Saturday, and then they've got their last one at the end of August on that Friday. So 3 preseason games to tune up for the Chiefs, and then they start the year on Monday Night Football against the Denver Broncos.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Which I don't love that because the Broncos are bringing back pretty much everybody. You know what I mean? So you like to get teams early because they don't know what their identity is going to be.
Well,
but they do because they have everybody back. And they brought in Jalen Waddle.
The thing for me is like, I'm just honestly, what I'm less excited about is just Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Because it's either going to be Chiefs lose and like it's over, Dynasty's dead, Bo Nix is the greatest quarterback of all time. Or like Chiefs win, and then people are going to be like, well, it was only game 1, whatever, fine, who cares?
Yeah.
Bo Nix is still the greatest quarterback of all time.
Sports fans to a T.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, so I'm not looking forward to that. But I am excited about the season.
Yeah, for sure. I do have a question for you about.
Oh, really? You have a question?
Yes, I do.
I didn't think you would. Wow.
About the skill positions, aside from the running back, just the pass catchers, I guess.
For
With
the
Rashee, yes, for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
With Rashee Rice, that whole thing is not great, obviously, with all the offseason stuff.
Saga.
Yeah, the saga. That's a good way to put it. Xavier Worthy constantly dinged up, and then you have Tyquan Thornton really as number 3. And you look farther down the depth chart, it's Jalen Royals, Cyrus Allen, who's a rookie, and then Nico Remigio, who's a good, return guy, but not a great. So, what's your, I guess, concern level about the pass catchers for here? Because you also have Travis Kelce, who is very clearly a step slower than he once was. He's not prime Travis Kelce anymore.
Do you think anybody ever suggested to Travis, like, hey, maybe you take Taylor's name?
Ooh, that'd be good.
Just become Travis Swift.
Travis Swift.
You think that was ever kicked around at all? The most famous, like, one of those famous people on
right?
Earth, I don't
Do you
know.
think,
She's
there's
the
no way.
breadwinner.
There's no way she'll change her name, right?
Oh, definitely not.
No
not like
chance.
publicly.
Yeah, right.
A lot of celebrities, when they get married, that's how it works.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I was just throwing that out there. Yes, I'm worried. Long story short, yes, I'm worried. Well, the thing about last year you got to remember is Travis Kelce killed Xavier Worthy on like the 3rd play of the season.
Yeah, I remember
Oh
that.
my God.
And took him out. So hopefully if him coming in fully healthy would be good for Xavier Worthy. Cyrus Allen is if you base it off of what we saw him do against KU, he's like Calvin Johnson.
I know, yeah, he was great.
He's going to be Megatron 2.0.
That game alone did so much wonders for him and Brendan Sorsby.
Oh, the Brendan
as well.
Sorsby propaganda, yeah, and then
that got pushed hard after that KU game.
Yeah. So, but yeah, with Worthy, we'll see about him. The thing about Rashee Rice is like, I think if you're the Chiefs, you just have to say, look, man, just go. Hopefully, don't do anything more stupid, and just play football this season, and then we're done. Like, goodbye. See you. We're not going to re-sign. We're not going to do anything. Like, thank you. Well, not thank you, but go away.
Yeah, door's right there.
Yeah. So that's what I would say. But like, I don't know. We'll see. With Travis Kelce, like, it's hard to even put expectations on what he could be.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that he was 36 last year, he was still like the most reliable offensive option.
Yeah.
Like, and I think he led the team in receiving yards.
That's
last year.
That's embarrassing.
So he's still, like, I guess going into the year, the most reliable.
Oh my God, yeah, he did by a lot.
He led him in yards and catches, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
851, 76 receptions. Next was Hollywood Brown, 49 receptions, 587.
Right.
So.
Right. So, like, I don't know what's realistic numbers for him. Expect in this
over
season.
under 600.
Does he get the marriage buff? I don't know if that's a thing, but so
The marriage buff,
yeah,
that's great.
I'm concerned. You know what I know you specifically said not to talk about the running backs, but
You
know what my solution would be? HB dive.
Run the damn ball.
Run HB dive.
Yeah.
with
Kenneth Walker.
and just
Between the tackles all day.
Yeah.
I like it.
No, between the Chiefs and KU, you are not going to find a bigger proponent this season of a team just simply running HB dive.
I'm okay
Just
with
line
that.
up and run HB dive. That's what I want. That's what I want from KU. That's what I want from the Chiefs. I want both those teams to really embrace.
What about like a
just
triple
HB dive.
option with like Emmett Johnson too?
No triple option. You got Mahomes.
No triple option. Just,
No, not with the Chiefs. Are you kidding me?
Oh, sure. But with the Jayhawks.
Hey, you could throw out Sean's favorite player though.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
I mean,
run
I can
triple
see
option.
it. I can see a little. I can see. Hey,
Yeah.
you don't even need the triple option.
I'm really down for that.
HB dive
Lombardi
with Justin
Trophy.
Fields.
You know,
Let's
I'm
go
seeing a
with
little bit of a parallel thing here where you got 15 as your leader for both KU and the Chiefs. Ooh. Then you got your backup who comes in, runs triple option.
Both wearing number 8. Actually, don't know what
No,
number
Fields
he's
is
wearing.
6, I think.
6.
Yes, but I love what you're going for there. Interesting.
bit
More on that as KU football fall camp.
A little bit of a parallel
moves
there.
forward potentially.
I'm not
Nick
I'm not
Springer,
predicting anything, by the way.
Kansas City Sports Network. He does not have inside information, but if he does, feel free to share it at some point down the line.
My inside information is HB dive. Run HB dive.
Yeah.
Nick, thanks for
I'm
joining
gonna
us.
Email Andy Kolicki and say, look, I got this great play.
Yeah.
It's where you take the snap, you turn around, and you hand it off to your running back, and he runs forward.
To Devin Neal.
No, I mean,
Devin
Justin
Neal
Willis will be
surely
just
has
as good.
more eligibility, right, with the NCAA?
Dude.
Dude.
Okay, real talk. Hot take here at the end. Justin Willis is going to lead KU in rushing yards. And probably carries, too.
I don't think that's super hot because I think you're going to see Dylan Edwards in real gimmicky stuff. I think Dylan Edwards is going to have a lot of receiving yards.
Justin Willis will be very good.
Justin Willis, I can see get the majority of their carries for sure.
It's in the take incubator right now, but it's slowly warming up to Justin Willis.
I don't
Big
hate
12.
that. I don't think that's
Justin Willis
super-
all Big 12.
You know who EA,
all Big 12.
college football likes?
I'm not ready to say that yet.
Sure.
EA college football likes Jalen Dupree too.
I'm not ready to say Justin Willis all Big 12 yet, but I'm just telling you it's in the oven. It's cooking. We've just turned on the oven.
You heard it here first, folks.
It's
All
preheating.
Big 12. Justin Willis.
It's preheating.
Nick Springer guarantees it.
I'm gonna get the smell of it. Do I like the smell? Is it
he
the right temperature?
100% guarantees.
Do I have the right mixture of what I'm making? I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit.
We'll ask
in the oven.
We'll ask Henry on Wednesday if he's 70% confident.
70%
70% is kind of his go-to.
It's in the oven right now.
Yeah. Okay. Nick Springer, Kansas City Sports Network. Thanks for
Hopefully
joining
I don't
us.
blow up the house.
A lot of football. It's August. Next time you're on with us. How about that? Exciting stuff. Nick, thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, fellas.
More coming up here on Rock Chalk Sports, ESPN Kansas City, KansasNation.com.
What's up, everybody? Dan Peterson. Everybody go check out KansasNation.com.
Together, we're elevating our potential, our pride, our traditions, and our dreams. Together, we're opening up a whole new world of possibilities. Elevate your University of Kansas experience with Jayhawk checking from Central Bank. Central Bank and KU, elevating together.
Get 0.9% APR or a $3,500 customer bonus on 2026 Atlas models. 2026 Atlas Cross Sport 3.9% APR or $3,500 customer bonus. 26 Tiguan models now 1.9% APR or a $2,500 customer bonus.
This is SSJ. Winter in Kansas City doesn't mean your lawn takes a break. It means smart homeowners get a head start. Let David and his crew from Custom Lawn and Landscape prepare your yard for a greener, healthier spring with winter fertilization, soil conditioning, and pre-emergent treatments that stop weeds before they start. Because when the snow melts, you don't want to start fixing your lawn, you want to already be winning. Trust Custom Lawn and Landscape, treating your yard now so it looks incredible later. Visit CustomLawn.com to schedule your winter services today.
At the heart of a city lies the restless, the visionaries, the bold. From redefining events to guiding local youth, providing lifelines of industry, or reshaping wellness across the region, you deserve a financial partner that matches your ambition. At Meritrust, we handle the finances so you can take care of the bold. Meritrust Credit Union. Business, banking, bold.
Tournament continues for JHX Hoops and the Aftershocks, Wichita State alumni. That's tonight, 8 o'clock. Again, you can listen to the audio on KansasNation.com. The quarterfinals, 3 wins away from the $2 million prize. JHX Hoops led by Sharon Collins, of course, Tyshawn Taylor as well. We're going to hear some post-game from the victory over Purple Rain in Game 3. It was a best of 3. Jayhawks Hoops won the last 2 of the best of 3, but now it's single elimination tonight, Jayhawks Hoops and Wichita. But before we go to Dan Courtwright and Jimmy Kaufman with some Jayhawks Hoops players post-game, Dan, tell us about Heinen Outdoor Power Equipment.
I would love to tell you about Heinen Outdoor Power Equipment because they're outdoor enthusiasts. They're excited to help you experience the fun and adventure that quality lawn and garden and outdoor power equipment can bring into your life. They're an outdoor power equipment dealership serving the Lawrence area, also Valley Falls area, offering the best in new and pre-owned Ferris, Hustler, and Country Clipper mowers, Mahindra tractors and implements, Arctic Cat ATVs and UTVs, steel handhelds, and Billy Goat specialty turf products. Their friendly and knowledgeable sales, financing, service, and parts department are ready to offer outstanding service every step of the way. Go to HeinenOPE.com. That's HeinenOPE.com to learn more. Heinen Outdoor Power Equipment. Be sure to check them out.
Check them out and check out these interviews that we've got post-game. Jayhawks Hoops over Purple Rain, 63-55 in the game-clinching Game 3. Of course, the Elam ending adds an interesting element as well. We've talked about that. But our Dan Courtwright caught up with KU legend, the man who hit the shot in the 2008 National Championship game, Mario Chalmers. Here's Courtwright and Chalmers, the law firm, post-game.
Daniel Courtwright here with Kansas Nation alongside Mario Chalmers post-game after Jayhawks Hoops takes down Purple Rain in Game 3 of the TBT, advancing into bracket play. Mario, man, how does it feel to do it in here of all places?
It feels great, especially doing it here. You know, it's been a long-sided, one-sided rivalry for a long time with KU always whooping on K-State. But it's good to just come out here, relive an old rivalry that, means so much to different people out here. And, it's just fun to be part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Is it easy to be coached by a couple of former players in Tyshawn and Sharon, because those guys have as good a court vision as really anybody, right? I mean, does that kind of translate more?
It's kind of easier because we all been point guards at KU, so we all kind of think the same. And Tyshawn still plays, Sharon is coaching, and I do the little player coach thing. So it's 3 great minds working together. Hats off to Sharon and Tyshawn, who's the head of the Snake, and they're doing a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. Frank Mason with 2 back-to-back game winners, man. What did you see out of him these last couple games?
That's Frank Mason, player of the year when he was here. Hell of a guard. So, Frank is leading us, and that's what he's here to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And Zeke Mayo with 25 points tonight. I mean, do you think that's going to carry over in bracket play?
Definitely is going to carry over. He's getting good shots, getting looks, and he's comfortable. So, with them out there playing together and getting open shots, we're a hard team to beat.
Mario, good luck for us for the rest of the way.
Thank you.
It's Dan Courtwright and the legendary KU guard, Mario Chalmers. Really cool seeing him be added to the Jayhawks Hoops roster. And like you said, he's not going to be out there as much. This is a guy who right now is 37 years old or something like that. But you can tell he's a winner, you know. And you do, as a veteran player, get to do a little bit more facilitating. You get to do a little bit more coaching as a player. Yeah. And we've seen some of that from Chalmers this tournament.
Well, and that's the thing is, like, Mario Chalmers has made so much money in the NBA, and he has his big 3 commitments right now where, like, he doesn't have to care, but you can tell he really does, right? He really enjoys wearing that crimson and blue again. He really enjoys going back into Bramlage and beating up on some K-State guys. I mean, you heard it in that interview, man. He absolutely loves it. And, again, you're looking at him more of that grizzled veteran, the guy that you're kind of looking up to, almost kind of like a glue guy. The guy where you're like, all right, we're in this, like, we're playing basketball. How are we supposed to go out there and execute and win this game? And you're looking at Mario Chalmers for that kind of advice. And that's really what he's been able to provide for this team. And, again, he's out there playing 13 minutes a game, a couple assists, a steal, a block, no points. But he does so much more for this team other than just score. He does all the different things that you want that grizzled veteran kind of guy to be able to do in terms of that leadership, in terms of the coaching, in terms of leading guys in the right direction. He does such a tremendous job of it.
Yeah, one of our all-time favorites, no doubt. And again, how clutch was he back in 08? We know that he's always going to be remembered for the shot, but when he was here at KU, he was a really good guard. One of the best guards that Kansas has had, averaging upwards of 2.5 steals per game all 3 seasons at KU, not to mention a stellar 3-point shooter and some of the other things that we've talked about as well. The pride of Anchorage, Alaska, Mario Chalmers. All right, let's go back to Bramlage Coliseum post-game Jayhawks Hoops victory over Purple Rain. Here is Jimmy Kaufman standing by with Frank Mason after the win.
Kaufman, pleased to be joined by Frank Mason. Frank played all 40 minutes tonight. It was a big game. How did it feel to be out there the whole time?
I feel great, but it was a challenge for me. My hamstring was tight the whole game. I started feeling my groin a little bit, so I just wanted to be cautious, but I definitely wanted to be out there to help give my team a chance to win. But I'm just thankful for Zeke. He kind of took over, controlled the game, and happy we came out with the win.
Well, and you didn't just go out and contribute. You hit the game-winning bucket for now 2 games in a row. How does it feel in that moment when it's time to clutch up and get the score?
That's a feeling I can't really explain, but it's a great feeling, just to be able to end the game in 2 games in a row and when my team needed the most. It's an unbelievable feeling, and it's just something I can't explain, and I'm just happy we got the victory. So.
Game 2 had a very passionate KU crowd. Game 3 back in Bramlage. You've been here many a times before and broken a lot of hearts here many a times before. How did this one feel?
This one was special. It was similar to when I was back in school. This one is obviously, for a good amount of money, $2 million. So any chance you get a victory for a prize like that, is a good feeling. So.
And you mentioned the $2 million. The next game will be a single elimination against either New Mexico alumni or Wichita State. What do you guys have to do to prepare for that game?
Just go back, look at the film, see their tendencies, and just adjust to that. And lock in on what we had success in the past 2 games, and just try to carry that over to game 1 or the first game, whether it's New Mexico or Wichita. So, but just look at the film and prepare as best as we can, so we give ourselves a great chance to be ready.
Sounds great, Frank Mason. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, that is Jimmy Kaufman with Frank Mason after the win. Loved having Jimmy help us out at Bramlage Coliseum. But yeah, Frank, he's a little bit older as well. His final season here at Kansas was 2017, so 31 years old is Frank Mason. But you can still see he's the same type of downhill player, stays in attack mode, and he's an absolute fan favorite.
Well, and you could tell he's so locked in. You know what I mean? Like the amount of competitiveness that he has in his body, like the amount of competitiveness I have in my body, he has that in his little finger. Like that's how competitive he is. You can see it in his face. Every single time he has the ball, he's trying to get around these guys. And yeah, did he not have the greatest shooting performance? No, he went 3 for 12 from the field, 9 points, a couple free throws, only made 1 3 in this game. He wound up with 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. I mean, he was doing all the other things as well, which when you watch the basketball tournament, typically you don't see that. You don't see guys crashing the boards, getting those rebounds, facilitating, right? It was a lot of, whenever you watch the basketball tournament, it's a lot of what you saw in game 1, which is like ISO ball. And Frank kind of transitioned from that, from game 1 to game 2 and game 3, and wound up having the game winner in both of those games as well. And Frank had a tremendous game too. But game 3, Frank Mason, again, didn't have a stellar game up until the very end. And he wound up hitting that game winner over Michael Beasley. And I got a great shot of it, by the way. I'm sure you saw it on the Kansas Nation social media pages, but I was right there under the basket, and he was looking at me. It was really cool to see. But shout out to Jimmy Kaufman for getting that interview with Frank Mason. Jimmy Kaufman, by the way, recent K-State grad.
Yes.
So you could, I don't know if you could see it in his eyes, he was a little bit dead inside while he was interviewing Frank Mason, which made me even more happy.
Purple Rain, man, they fell apart. JHX Hoops made him pay. All right, one more post-game interview from the victory for JHX Hoops over Purple Rain. Dan Courtwright caught up with KU's Jamari Traylor after the win.
Danny Courtwright here with Kansas Nation. I'm here with Jamari Traylor after JHX Hoops advances to the bracket round of TBT after taking out Purple Rain in Game 3. Jamari, I mean, what did you see out there? Frank Mason turned it on late, and Zeke Mayo is hitting some big-time shots for you guys.
Yeah, we struggled offensively today, but defensively, I was proud of our guys. We came out and fought. We were down in the Elam. We got stop after stop, made some big plays. Frank came up big. Zeke hit some big shots. Carlton hit a tremendous 3 in the corner. And like I said, I was just proud of everybody. We stayed together, we fought hard and played as a team, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't know who you're going to be playing. Yeah, it's going to be Aftershocks or Enchantment, the New Mexico team. But, I mean, what can we expect to see out of JHX Hoops going farther into this bracket?
Going farther, I just feel like we're a team that kind of plays together. We're smart. We're going to be tough to beat because we can make adjustments. I feel like we got very good veteran leadership with Sharon, with Tyshawn, with Mario Chalmers. We got a lot of guys with veteran leadership right now, and we lean on those guys a lot, especially after the first game. We made a gang of adjustments. We came out won the second game defensively, and that's what helped us, and today was the same thing. Defensively, we got stops. And that's what it's all about. We made adjustments.
Do you think it helps having two former players with Tyshawn and Sharon being that coach and having sort of an understanding of the court vision, I guess, out there?
For me personally, yeah, because I played under Tyshawn. He was the senior when I was a freshman. Sharon was here. He's from Chicago. These guys are like, I always looked up to these guys, and I'm like the bridge between them and the younger guys. I played on the team with some of these guys and the younger guys as well, so it's a pretty unique situation. Right. Like I said, these guys are veterans. These guys played in the league. These guys are drafted. These guys are All-Americans. Like, you can't really, get too much of a better coaching staff like that,
absolutely.
Anywhere. So, like I said, we just using these guys for their knowledge. They make adjustments. We go out there and execute.
How much pride do you take wearing that crimson and blue again?
It's the reason I come back. My knee's beat up right now. I wanted to go out there and play, but my knee was kind of giving me problems. I subbed back in at the end of the game. The team was kind of rallying behind me because I had a little bit of a knee problem. But like I said, we do it for this crimson and blue, man. And it's always a good feeling to come back here. The love I get, well, not K-State at least, but yeah, the love we get from our fans is unique, so I always cherish that. That's why I keep coming back myself.
Absolutely. Jamari, good luck for the rest of the tournament, man.
All right, thank you very much.
That's Dan Courtwright postgame with Jamari Traylor, JHX Hoops, and the Aftershocks, the Wichita State alumni, coming up a little bit later tonight. We will preview that later in the show. But coming up next, we've got our Case of the Mondays segment. You are not going to want to miss this. Appreciate everybody who's watching live on Facebook, live on YouTube, listening on ESPN Kansas City, and watching KansasNation.com.
I'm Keith Langford, and you're watching KansasNation.com.
Mowing doesn't have to be a pain. Ferris has your back with mowers built for unmatched comfort, durability, and quality of cut. This month feels like summer savings at Heinen Repair and Heinen Outdoor Power Equipment. Save up to $1,350 and get 0% financing with approved credit. Available on select Ferris zero-turn, stand-on, and walk-behind mowers. See them for details at Heinen Repair south of Valley Falls and Heinen Outdoor Power Equipment in Lawrence.
With Heinen, there's always hope for your yard.
Offers end July 31st.
Celebrate the summer with savings at Crown Toyota. BZ models, 0% APR with a $500 cash incentive. RAV4 models, 4.99% APR. 2026 Toyota Tacoma, 3.99% APR. Get into a 2026 Tundra for 2.99% APR.
Hello, it's Mark Whitlow from Office Products Alliance. OPA is not just your local office products connection. We have expanded our offerings to network cabling installation, security cameras, door access, and IT services. We all need to keep pace with new technologies. You can trust a Kansas City company that has been your partner for 32 years. Check us out at opakc.com. Supporting local businesses and our community is more important than ever.
Jayhawk fans, if you haven't started to follow Kansas Nation on social, now is the time. Facebook, Instagram, X, it's Kansas Nation, and online at kansasnation.com for the latest news and information on your Kansas Jayhawks. Interviews, news conferences, daily and weekly shows, podcasts. Find it all at Kansas Nation and kansasnation.com. KansasNation.com is presented by Game Day Men's Health Lawrence. Step up your game with Game Day Men's Health Lawrence.
With Jayhawk checking from Central Bank, Jayhawk fans can carry their pride wherever they go with the official Jayhawk debit card, a simple way to show school spirit every day. Central Bank is proud to support the traditions and communities that bring people together. As the proud community banking partner of the University of Kansas, Central Bank is committed to serving Jayhawk fans with banking options designed for real life, on campus, at work, and everywhere in between. Learn more about Jayhawk checking and the exclusive debit card at jayhawkchecking.com. jayhawkchecking.com, Central Bank, the proud community banking partner of the University of Kansas, member FDIC. Case of the Mondays tonight. Got a few things that we want to get to, something Royals related and some sports betting news that we want to get to as well. But Dan, who's starting us off today?
We're starting off with our own intern, Tyler Brewer.
Oh, boy.
Because he could not tell me whose jersey I am wearing today.
Yeah, that's
If
tough.
anybody is listening on audio platforms or on ESPN Kansas City,
Granted,
I'm wearing
he was 3 years old.
I understand.
Or
but
however
you need
old
to
he
read
was.
up. You got to read up. You got to know this stuff. He's a sports journalism major at the University of Kansas. He should know who the all-time leader in receptions is. I'm wearing a red jersey with number 80 on it.
The all-time leader in receptions is Kerry Meyer.
Receiving yards. That's my bad. Receiving yards.
If he's gonna bag on
fair.
Tyler,
I misspoke. Yeah, Kerry Meyer has 226 receptions. Des Briscoe has 219, but Briscoe has 3,240 yards. Meyer only has 2,300. So almost 1,000 more yards with less receptions, which is crazy. Shout out, man. Also, Des Briscoe is the leader in touchdowns, 31.
Yeah.
So,
which Meyer had how many?
18.
So Meyer, of course, came to KU as a quarterback.
Yep.
So he also was still the Orange Bowl season. He was still the backup quarterback to Todd Reesing while being one of the best receivers in Big 12 play. But yeah, Dan talks a lot about his red Desmond Briscoe jersey.
I bought this Orange Bowl patch and I put it on with my wife's straightening iron.
I wish you would have done it just a little bit more toward the center.
The center?
Yeah, toward the center of the.
This is where it was. I did like photo matching.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I looked up pictures and I was like, it's right here.
I literally have that
this
jersey.
far away.
I have that jersey in blue, but it's Todd Reesing. We should have linked up on
We
this.
should have, man. I know.
Maybe
we should have.
the Long Island game that day that we have the old RCS report.
Wear him on the show.
We should wear him on the show.
I think we should.
I got the touchdown, Todd, but I don't have the patch, so I need you to get me a patch.
I bought this on like Etsy for like $5.
All right, well, buy me one, and then I'll have you put it on, and then we'll be matching.
See, but I think it's better because KU wore the red jerseys.
Well, that's true.
In the Orange Bowl.
That's true.
So that's why I like it.
But still.
Case of Mondays for Tyler Brewer for not knowing who Desmond Briscoe was.
Tyler, I got your back. Don't worry about Dan. Don't worry about Dan.
He said, I think I've heard of that guy before. What do you mean think you've heard of it? That's my goat.
Let's talk Tony Romo.
Yeah, let's talk Tony Romo. Case of the Mondays for Tony Romo, man. No, Jim. He got arrested for a OWI in Milwaukee. And maybe it's a case of the Mondays for me. I don't know. When did they stop using DUI?
Yeah, what's the difference? I don't get it.
I don't know. So, OWI definition.
I still have seen DUI on some of these articles.
Operating a vehicle while intoxicated. But then there's a DWI, driving while intoxicated. But then there's a DUI, driving under intoxication, under the influence.
The difference is if you're moving. Okay.
Oh. So was he like in a running car, maybe?
I see. The difference.
Sure.
You're done whether you're driving or not, we think.
They change up the acronyms
the
on
World Wide Web knows.
I looked it up.
Okay. It says, and this is Al overview.
The word operating is.
It means the same thing, impaired driving.
Yeah.
Where was he arrested, Romo?
Milwaukee.
Okay, so that's what it is. OWI is the exact legal phrase used by some states like Wisconsin and Michigan.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's a state-by-state thing.
Must be.
Okay, sure. That makes sense. Because there's DUI, DWI, OWI, and then apparently there's an OVI, operating a vehicle intoxicated.
To back up Elijah Schmidt, who has given us this information, broader definition, states use operating instead of driving so police can charge a person who is not actively moving. You can get an OWI if you sit in a parked car with the keys in the ignition and control the vehicle while drunk. Both charges carry the same heavy punishments, such as losing your driver's license, paying fines, doing community service, or going to jail for repeat offenses.
That's tough.
Yeah, that's a tough case
also
of
don't
Mondays
love
for Tony Romo.
every time I see it because I'm very against drunk driving, as you know, and I always hate it when there's like a celebrity who gets busted and they're like giving it a fun little smirk in their mugshot, which is what Tony Romo's doing. It's like, come on, dude. Like, we know your life's not ruined. Like, you're fine.
It says, according to this article I'm on fox6now.com, it says additional details related to the arrest, such as what type of vehicle Romo was driving or whether anyone was with him, are not known. It's not clear if Romo's blood alcohol concentration was checked. So, Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Bad stuff, man. I mean, we're still going to see him probably on, what is it? Sundays at 3? Or no.
Yeah. September 13th. We'll see him.
Yeah, that's right. Shout out to Tony. I don't know, Jim. Not good. Not good stuff,
don't want to shout him out.
No, not shouting him out in a good way. But yeah, bad stuff for Tony.
Case of the Mondays for San Francisco Giants -1.5 bettors. I told you about this before the show. This was over the weekend. Giants, who have not had a good season, by the way, they hired Tony Vitello over from Tennessee baseball.
Shout out.
And that was like a big thing in the news because you get a college baseball coach going straight to the majors.
Yeah.
That's something that, just doesn't happen very often. But anyway, the Giants over the weekend were facing the Angels. Logan Webb was on the mound for the Giants. He was an all-star. He's had a good season. Got roughed up a little bit. Game goes into 10 innings, 6-6. Of course, you get the ghost runner. Angels didn't score. San Francisco had a couple guys in scoring position. Luis Arraez had a bloop single to make it 1st and 3rd, nobody out. A 1-out walk to Bryce Eldridge loaded the bases. Bases loaded, 1 out. Rafael Devers, who's in the media for all sorts of things, he sent the crowd home happy as he hit a walk-off drive to left field.
Sure.
So if you are betting Giants on the run line, which is -1.5, and you get to extra innings, you're thinking the only way that they can cover the -1.5, meaning they win by at least 2, is a home run.
Yeah.
And the home run's got to be worth at least 2 more than whatever the opposing team has on the scoreboard. But Giants -1.5 bettors were absolutely thrilled when Devers hit a deep fly that was not caught. It drops in the gap and bounces over the wall for a ground rule double.
Yeah.
Great. Giants
Sure.
win 8-6,
Yeah.
right? Nope. The ground rule double, while awarding the runner on second, in this case Arraez, home, didn't officially go down as a ground rule double because Arraez, instead of rounding third and coming in to score to make it 8-6 and being awarded home, went to run off and celebrate with Devers and all the teammates. So since he did not touch home plate, the Giants won 7-6. Giants -1.5 bettors.
Man.
Go out to Oracle Park and lose. As the Giants do win the game,
They
7-6.
still win. Yeah, they still win.
Yeah,
you had if you're a Giants fan, you had that -1.5. Yeah.
not thrilled. You're like, oh my god.
Well, and you would even
it
think,
wasn't. You knew it wasn't a homer, but then
Right.
it bounced over the wall. You're like, yes.
Yeah.
8-6.
You'd even think like, okay, well that's an automatic 8.
Yeah. Gotta actually touch.
Gotta
the slab.
actually touch home plate. Oh man, that's such a that's like one of the worst beats I've ever seen in my life. That's just insane. I actually that before that, I genuinely would have thought if you hit a ground rule double and there's a guy on second, like they just give that to you.
Yeah.
I would have thought like, oh,
I would have thought that too. Yeah.
like that's like
But you gotta touch the plate. I
automatic.
guess.
But yeah, I guess so. Shout out, man. Hey, it's Case of Mondays for bettors in general. This is kind of a crazy story out of Chicago. So there's a man who lives in Chicago, actually still lives with his parents. He spent months studying sports books, and he apparently over this past fall found kind of a legal edge in all of the sports books for football parlays for this last football season. This man won. His name is Thomas McPeak, 24 years old. Won $800,000 across 2 Caesars casinos. Caesars wound up voiding every single ticket that he won and just gave him because he put in $50,000, won $800,000. They said, "Hey, we're not going to give you the $800,000. Just here's your 50 back." I mean, how insane! So now he's suing them in federal court. 2 state gaming commissions, by the way, sided with Caesars on this. But I mean, this is like that's the game, right? He read up on this, found a little bit of an advantage, managed to build these parlays, put $50,000 down, won $800,000. Is in August 2024. Walked into the Horseshoe Casino in Hammond, Indiana.
Yeah.
With roughly $30,000.
Hundreds of small bets. It wasn't just one bet.
Yeah.
And as he said, because I read up on this a little bit too. As he said, it's not like he can press a button and make the bets win. They still have to win.
Exactly.
So I'm confused as to how, I guess I need to read.
So it didn't really explain what the exact advantage was, right? I'm not entirely
they're not going to say.
No, they won't say. You know they won't say. If anybody tries to say, they'll delete it off Twitter and, they'll find out where you live. But that's the unfortunate thing, and I think that's the thing with gambling sites is that it's up to their own discretion, and like they can just choose to not pay you out, which sucks. And here's the thing: like if you want to be a legitimate sports book, and if you have like a reputation for doing that, people are going to move away from you.
Yeah.
Right. So obviously there is a sense of like, well, we don't want people to move away from us, but at the same time, it's like they can just not pay you. And just take your money, or maybe just send your money back, right? So this is really, just a kind of a crazy thing. Yeah, like I said, $800,000 won, completely all voided. The CBS News in Chicago did a story on him. This dude had a stack of betting slips like 5 inches thick.
Yeah.
And he said, these are all the winners. I'm holding, in theory, $800,000 in my hands, and they're not paying me. He's trying to sue them.
What are they saying is the reasoning for not paying him?
They said that he found a loophole. And
okay, Cry Me a River,
right? Caesar said that he violated house rules by coordinating bets across state lines and structuring his wagers in small amounts. I structure my wagers in small amounts.
Yeah, your 5-cent Super Bowl parlay.
Yeah.
With Jackson Smith and Jigba first. No. Rashid.
It was Rashid
Shaheed first touchdown parlayed with like 8 other things. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that one lost for me. That was a tough one. Usually I'm good at the Super Bowl has been good to me in years past. Mm-hmm. That's why I like to get a little frisky.
I see.
During
that's
Super
crazy.
Bowl
I'll
bets.
be interested to follow this story and see if he
I'm
actually gets paid, because I think you and I probably agree he deserves his money.
Here's the thing. In real life, Goliath wins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I respect him for slinging the rock and being like, I'm going to take down Caesar's sport. That's not happening. Okay, they have a team of 100 different lawyers who are all going to either A, win this case, or B, extend this case so long that it's going to soak this guy of all of his money to where he's just going to be like, screw him out. Like that's the way that this happens. It sucks, but I hope that they do the right thing, and I hope that they actually do pay him out because they absolutely need to. Speaking of gambling, by the way, shout out 3M Open champion Jackson Koiven, who is, I believe, like 21 years old. 21 years old, born in 2005, winds up winning his first championship, wins the 3M Open.
Dominated,
first PGA Tour win. Dominated. He wound up shooting 25 under.
Yeah.
Held off Scotty Scheffler. Scotty Scheffler had 22 under. Hideki Matsuyama had 20 under. I mean, this is, a really great stuff for him. And apparently, there is a DraftKings bettor who put $108,000, $108,108.18 on Jackson Koiven to win.
Which plus, is that not fishy? I mean, that's weird.
Oh, well, sure it is. But it was plus 3,700 to win his first ever PGA Tour event. The bettor won $4 million. Jackson Koiven, he won $2.4 million less than that guy.
Right.
He won $1.584 million for winning the event, and the guy who gambled on him won $4 million.
Yeah. That's
How
right.
insane
I think he's
is
still
that?
having an okay day. But yeah, that is crazy.
What if it was like
$108,000 bet on a guy at plus 3,700?
That's crazy.
How does that happen? I'm surprised that's even allowed.
What if it was like one of his high school buddies or something? And he was just like, you know what? Screw it.
Yeah.
I have faith in my boy.
And I happen to have $108,000 to throw on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and also it's hard to you can't coordinate that in golf. You know what I mean?
It's also the 5th runner-up finish of the year for Scotty Scheffler. So Case of the Mondays for him.
He's getting paid though.
He had 8 birdies down the stretch. So, but shout out to this kid, man. 21 years old. I mean, went in by 3 strokes over the world number 1.
Yeah, no, it is impressive.
That's a good amount of funds.
Over this past weekend, in 2 days, I played 3 rounds of golf. I played 36 holes on Saturday, brutally hot, and then I played 18 yesterday, brutally hot. I was in a tournament with some of my high school buddies, but we wound up winning the Kansas Cup. So shout out to my team, the Cowboys.
Hey, shout out to the Cowboys. Case of the Mondays for King George, the greatest Royal of all time, is no longer atop the Royals home run list. Salvador Perez
Bing.
hit one in Detroit on Saturday. The Royals won on Detroit on Saturday, which was nice to see. But Salvador Perez hitting home run number 318 as they took Game 3 from the Tigers. So that was really nice to see. And, you know, Salvi, he's one of those guys that he's always going to be remembered as a great Royal. Royals, this team, lost 2 to the Tigers, 1 Saturday and Sunday, so that was nice. But, yeah, it begs the question, does he have to get to 350 to get to the MLB Hall of Fame? And also, where does he rank as the greatest Royals of all time? I think he's absolutely, I mean, he's unquestionably top 10. Is he top 5? I don't know. The Royals have 2 right now in the MLB Hall of Fame with George Brett and Frank White. And obviously a ton of other great players. Brett Saberhagen comes to mind. And, you know, they had great outfielders back in the 80s with Willie Wilson, Amos Otis, and then more recently Alex Gordon, and multi-platinum Gold Glove winner. You know, a lot of great players through the organization, even though there was an extended stretch of not being very good.
Are you counting Carlos Beltran?
That's the thing. I mean, maybe.
He was on 8 different
My brother
teams,
brought
though.
up Zach Greinke, probably top 10, top 15.
I don't think you
Greinke
can
had
count.
one of the best single seasons of all time because he won the Cy Young.
Yeah.
But
can you count that as, like...
Shout out to Rockhurst.
Yeah.
I think it's tough because you get guys who are all-time Royals. So
Yeah.
I think Salvi's probably top 5, though, when you look at the Gold Gloves and you look at the World Series, the World Series MVP.
I think the longer that he plays, the more he hurts his chances of getting in the...
Unless
because
he gets to 350 homers.
Yeah, but he's hurting his WAR.
WAR's not the only
I
thing that
know,
people
but
look
still,
at.
I
think if he gets to 350, then he's in the MLB Hall of Fame, which makes him a top 3. Because
Okay, let's do it right now. I mean, you get George Brett, Frank White.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll go those 2 are in there. And then let's do this now. I say Alex Gordon. Would you put Eric Hosmer above Salvi?
No.
Okay.
No, I think that's how I look at the 2014, 2015, that kind of core group.
Yeah.
There's a lot of top 20 Royals of all time in that, but
Yeah.
maybe not a ton of top. Like you look at Wade Davis and Greg Holland and Kelvin Herrera, those guys are all probably top 20, top 25.
Yeah.
You got, Holland has the most saves in Royals history. Those 3 were unhittable those 2 seasons. And
What about
then
Jeff
you look at
Francoeur?
Alex Gordon.
Frenchie.
You got Hosmer, Moustakas. They're all top 20 Royals of all time. Lorenzo Cain's a top 20 Royals of all time.
David DeJesus?
I think he's actually very underrated.
I do too.
I think he was one of my favorite players.
What about Billy Butler?
But if you're doing top 5 Royals, I think, the more I think about it, Salvi's got to be up there, especially if he keeps it up. But he has played better. He hasn't had a fantastic season. But, King George no longer atop that. He still leads Royals all time, pretty much everything else.
Yeah.
But, Salvi takes that
Case
throne.
of Mondays, man, for old Georgie. He's the correct me if I'm wrong. He's the only Royal who ever made an All-Star game in 3 different decades.
Yes.
70, 80, 90s.
Yeah, I don't know how many players in general have done that.
Well, it was like 78 because his first year was like 78, right? Or 79.
76, I think. He played from 76 to 93, I want to say.
Okay, all right, sure. Which, he got in the tail end of the 70s and the early part of the 90s, so mainly in the 80s. Hey, this is a weird one. Case of the Mondays for the Italian national flag football team. So if you remember Tommy DeVito, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback for the New York Giants. His agent, Sean Stellato, who is the most Italian man I've ever seen in my life. He had like a black pinstripe suit and like the fedora, and he was on the phone. He had like gold chains and jewelry and all this different kind of stuff. Apparently, he has advanced to training camp with the Italian men's national flag football team. Not Tommy DeVito. His agent has advanced. This is insane. Now, granted, his agent did play, I think, like D3 college football. Stellato is apparently going to report to the Italian Olympic Committee headquarters next month in Rome, where he will compete for a roster spot for the World Games in Germany. And the top 3 teams at the World Games are going to qualify for the 2028 Olympic Games. How old is Sean Stellato? He is 48 years old.
Man.
No, I mean,
He's ripped, by the way.
Yeah, he looks good. This is a weird story, man. Like, this isn't a very odd story that's, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. People have these conspiracy theories about like, I think the NFL is trying to push this because I don't know. Whatever. I mean, good for him for trying to make he looks good.
I mean, 48, and an opportunity to advance to the World Games.
But here's the thing.
That's crazy.
If Sean Stellato, who's 48 years old and hasn't played organized football in, let's say, 30 years, almost 30 years, virtually 26 years, I'll say, if you played 4 years in college, what's your confidence level that Team Italy goes very far
Probably
in the
not
Olympics?
Very high, but
not very high at all.
I've seen some highlights, though. I'm not kidding. On Twitter, I've seen some highlights, and he's pretty nice. But 48 and still getting after it. We'll see how the Italian national flag football team does as the offseason continues here on Rock Chalk Sports. All right, hey, after this, we're going to go back to Bramlage Coliseum, a victorious night for JHX Hoops against Purple Rain as they advance to the quarterfinals tonight against the Aftershocks. But we're going to go to the podium and get post-game reaction from some of the guys of JHX Hoops. That's coming up next. ESPN Kansas City, KansasNation.com.
Hey, this is Sasha Khan, and you're watching KansasNation.com.
Together, we're elevating our potential, our pride, our traditions, and our dreams. Together, we're opening up a whole new world of possibilities. Elevate your University of Kansas experience with Jayhawk checking from Central Bank. Central Bank and KU, elevating together.
Get 0.9% APR or a $3,500 customer bonus on 2026 Atlas models. 2026 Atlas Cross Sport 3.9% APR or $3,500 customer bonus. 26 Tiguan models now 1.9% APR or a $2,500 customer bonus.
Hi there, Gary Joslin with Joslin's Jewelry. I'm not the class ring company. I'm a mom and pop jewelry store for 42 years. We were recently voted the gold medal #1 jewelry store in the greater Kansas City area by Ingram's Magazine. Come see us at Joslin's Jewelry, 9529 Antioch. Joslin's Jewelry, the jeweler you'll recommend to your friends and family.
Joslin's Jewelry, for the best that's yet to come.
Jayhawk fans, if you haven't started to follow Kansas Nation on social, now is the time. Facebook, Instagram, X, it's Kansas Nation, and online at kansasnation.com for the latest news and information on your Kansas Jayhawks. Interviews, news conferences, daily and weekly shows, podcasts. Find it all at Kansas Nation and kansasnation.com. KansasNation.com is presented by Game Day Men's Health Lawrence. Step up your game with Game Day Men's Health Lawrence.
It's all about the basketball tournament this offseason, and KU football fall camp starts next week. So we have almost made it through the offseason. Shout out, by the way, to KU baseball on their long run, all the cup checks we did
Make it
this
easy
summer,
for us, man.
Right? And now TBT advancing further than they ever have. Also, shout out to Crown Automotive, our founding partners here at Kansas Nation. Give them a visit on South Iowa in Lawrence. Miles Schneier has a fantastic sales and service staff, and they've got a great selection of new or used vehicles. Again, Crown Automotive on South Iowa, or check them out online at crownautomotive.com. All right, let's go and hear from some of the guys of JHX Hoops podium after their victory over Purple Rain.
After the win in the arena you talked about, and so once again off to a fast start, you guys got down 12-0, took the lead, and the neighbor took the lead. You guys battled and finally got off the hump. What was the key? And I want to ask you about Carlton's shot after that.
The key was us just staying relentless. Again, we didn't want to start like that. We started down 10-0 again. But I just think that's how they come out. They come out hot. They come out energetic. They come out ready to shoot threes. And they execute well really early. So we wanted to start better and start faster, but we got down again. But again, with the relentlessness, man, these dudes played together. They didn't care who was scoring. It was so unselfish. It was so great to be a part of and watch. That's why Carson got the three. You know, Frank could have been a guy that he earned the right to shoot shots if he wanted to, play the right way. That's what all of our guys play the right way, and they follow that lead that he started us with. So him and Zeke, man, they got us going, and we won that.
To be more specific on Carlton's shot, Zeke came up to me, and I'm pretty sure he told me to get the big guy away from the basket. So we told Carlton, I specifically told Carlton, to not go short corner, to go deep corner. And the 2 plays later, we drive, big guys, comes in to help like we thought, and he was wide open, and he got to line it up. So it was perfect. It was good reads by these guys, understanding the game and what was happening in the game. And Zeke asked for that. We gave him space to drive, and Carlton was able to knock the shot down.
Also, let me explain to you how easy it is to coach these dudes, because they come and talk. They talk to us and tell us what obviously we players, and we see the game in a different way, but we seeing it from the sideline. They actually play it. So they come and they tell us what they're doing, and we just adjust, and we listen to them. Some of those plays or some of what we're doing, they talk about it, and they do it. So it makes it easy for us because they coach us out there just as well. So it just makes it easy.
I guess just what was working well for you in that second half, especially when you did most things?
Honestly, it was just we were kind of in the flow of things a lot. So whenever we had the chance, we tried to put Mike in as many actions as we could, and 9 times out of 10 it was a ball screen, and he wanted to stay flat and flat-footed, so I tried to take advantage of that.
And then Frank, when you got that rebound at the end, how did you know you were going to go all the way and take it for the layup?
Any chance I see an open court, I just try to just be aggressive and just get the best look as possible. I saw a 2-on-1, and the guy didn't commit to me, so I just took it all the way.
Frank, that's a big hit to collegiately. To end it like this, to eliminate these guys, what does it mean? I mean, it looked like it was really intense out there.
Yeah, it means a lot. It's a rivalry, even though it's alumni. Those guys was talking crazy before game 1, game 2. Now we sent them home in game 3, so it means a lot to us. It was a great atmosphere, and happy we came out with the win.
And Zeke, how does it? You're a Lawrence kid, and you played a lot. What does it
Yes,
mean
sir.
to you? Lawrence or Topeka?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot, obviously, just to beat the purple again. But to do it out here, especially, my one time playing here, I lost, and so it stung a little bit, and then came out here and kind of laid an egg on Tuesday. So, just wanted to come out here and redeem ourselves.
Jerome, why are you guys so good in the Elam, and how did you feel going into
Years of losing.
Exactly what he said. We've lost in the Elam 3 years. We've lost. I've been coaching with Todd 3 years, and we lost every time. So we take it a little bit and we try to correct it. And now I think we got a better understanding of what we want to do, how we want to be close and score, and how we want to guard and defend using our timeouts. All of that comes into it. Me and Ty probably talk too much. I'm kind of talking to him right now, but we talk a lot about this, and Ty's real passionate with this, and I'm passionate. So we're going to sit down and we're going to get it right, and we got it right.
Did Billy play great D on
He played. Didn't matter. We tonight won the game where tonight was going to be a defensive game. So obviously he went 1 for 14, but I think he did a terrific job on Beasley, making everything hard for him, for sure.
Frank, how close is this team? You can tell you guys are getting better every game. Is it a close-knit unit yet?
Yeah, I guess as the days go by, we're getting closer. We're building good chemistry over a short period of time, and we just got to keep it rolling. Got a lot of good guys in the locker room, and we're all on the same page. So.
Sharon, we got to ask, did that guy yell something bad at you?
Yeah, disrespectful. Shouldn't be a part of the basketball. I don't talk. Listen to me. I played a lot of basketball here. Every arena, people say the worst things, but to be a grown man that old in this type of event, and to say the things that he said out of his mouth, as a grown man, this got nothing to do with basketball. As a grown man, I'm not taking that, and probably indulged a little bit too much. That's why thankful for these dudes.
We're looking for him though. We're gonna find him.
Thankful for these dudes for just telling me it's bigger than that and handling it the right way. And I appreciate TBT for handling it the right way, and they got him out. So yeah, I mean, I was a lot of names after the win. A lady tried to hit me with a sign, but it's K-State, so we used to that.
Zeke, $2 million is a lot of money. There seems to be a ton of pride out there. I mean, how prideful are you guys when you put on the uniform, even though it's a TBT setting? It's not a. You guys seem to be doing. I mean, emotions are high. You guys are playing and getting after it.
Yeah, I mean, especially for me, I don't do this for money. I love to wear this uniform. I know Frank feels the same. I know these two feel the same. So it's never been about the money for me. It is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, for sure. It is a lot of money, but I just love the game of basketball. I love wearing the crimson and blue. I'll wear this till I die, and I'm gonna go out there and put everything on the line for this team for sure.
And your shots were good tonight. Did you feel good?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I got a good warm up in. So shots were falling in warm ups, and so I just felt confident going into the game, and then missed my first one, but I'm a scorer's mentality to continue to shoot.
I told Zeke one time, I said, layup, cut for a layup. He stopped at the 3-point line, caught it, shot it, Nathan looked at me, said, "You don't want 3?" I did do that.
Shooter, man, shooter.
Shoot, baby. It was one of those type of games for bro.
Ty, Zeke is on a real roll, and his free throws are automatic. How do you feel when he goes to the line, and how do you feel he's playing?
That's the only time I can relax on the bench is when Zeke got the free throw line. Other than that,
I missed two 2 days ago though. That's sorry, we made them all today though. That's the most important news.
Yeah, for sure.
Sean, you guys have never had to go beyond a third game.
I'm fine, man, Dad.
I know you lost the first one, so it's a little different, but how does that feel that you'll be headed into sort of uncharted?
I ain't gonna lie, man. Feel good. Feel like we got some sort of monkey off our back. This third game been, a hump for us. We couldn't get over it. So feel good to get over it, but it ain't done. This we can't be satisfied with just winning this game, winning this series. It's the job not finished. So we getting right back to work tomorrow. We'll get these guys treatment, get them off their feet, and then we'll do some stuff. But it ain't finished. And the way they playing, they want it. They ain't just here to play and participate in this tournament. We here to win it.
Frank, just looking back at your career, do you have any fond memories of this place? And secondly, when you on that final play, what did you see? Did it just open, or what were you?
Bucket.
Yeah, I had a ton of fun memories here. My senior year, we had a really big win here, and that was the last memory that I had on the court besides TBT. On the last play, like I said, I got the ball in the open court. I saw a 2-on-1. Somebody was behind me, and the guy didn't commit, so I just took it all the way and finished.
Frank, I know this was on Wednesday's game. There's 2 signs of people saying that they named their kids after you. Did you see those? And what's your thoughts on that?
Hella Masons running around Kansas.
It means a lot to me, honestly. For someone to name their kids after me. I don't take it for granted. I saw the signs during the game, and I acknowledged them after the game, took pictures, and said hello. So it was good to catch up with them and meet them actually in person.
Sean, that's nothing. You guys are moving on. That's your step every game. So what's the big key thing you guys now? What's the thing that you have to do? Would you like to see a faster start?
Stay hungry. Stay hungry. Don't be satisfied.
I'd like to see a faster start.
For sure.
I mean, obviously we want to start better, but regardless of, and I'm agreeing with Ty, we have to start better, but we've been relentless. Coming back, whatever it been we've been faced, we've been able to get through, especially the last 2 games. So I don't feel like we ever out of the game where we're going to lose it, just because the will these dudes play with and the way they play together. Tonight we was on the string defensively. I think Coach Silver loved the way we played defense tonight. Seriously though, but I just say stay hungry, don't be satisfied. This can't be beating K-State, getting past this third. This can't be the highlight of our. They ain't come here for that. They ain't come here just to win this game and win this series. We came to win the whole thing. So I would say stay hungry, don't be satisfied.
That's JHX Hoops post game with a couple younger JHX Hoops supporters as well.
That's right.
You said there was a bit of a microphone there.
Well, yeah,
you guys
so
might have seen
Sharon Collins' kid, and it was funny because Sharon Collins' kid was sitting on his lap, and he leaned forward, and Sharon was leaning back, and so you couldn't see Sharon for half of the video, just the way that my camera was set up. Yeah, Sharon Collins' kid picks up my microphone and starts looking at it like this, and Tyshawn was like, "Put that down." But yeah, that was fun, and Frank Mason's daughter was up there with him too. Yeah. So that's actually really cool to see, because you'll see a lot of kids, and I think it's like Mario's son. I want to say Jamari Traylor has a kid who's on the bench too. And then Sharon's kid is on the bench as well. And these kids are on the very end of the bench, and they're all just going crazy, cheering for their parents. And it's cool to see the family aspect of it too. And you can see the significant others in the crowd, cheering for them. They're right behind the bench. The kids are screaming and cheering for them. So it is a lot of fun, and it's cool to see, Sharon have his son, and Frank have his daughter up there on the podium with him. That's what it's all about, man.
Yeah, totally. And now JHX Hoops gets to continue their ride. Different situation this year with TBT, as everybody knows by now. But, you started with 16 teams, which ended up being 14 teams, like I said, because you had 6 non-alumni teams when it was supposed to be 8. And then you had 8 alumni teams, including JHX Hoops representing KU. But La Familia, the Kentucky alums, beat Boeheim's Army, the Syracuse alum, 70-66. So La Familia advances, and if JHX Hoops advances, they will head to Lexington. That game will be on Wednesday. So this is the last semi-drivable game for JHX Hoops. And then on the flip side, right now on the alumni side of the bracket, Davis Steel and Heartfire Elite, they won't do battle against each other, but they are in right now the semifinals of their side, if you will, to try to get to the championship of the non-alumni. So then to win the $2 million prize, you've got the alumni champion against the non-alumni champion. Again, for JHX Hoops, that means you got to beat the Aftershocks tonight. Then you got to go to Lexington and beat La Familia, who's led by Archie Goodwin and a bunch of other former Kentucky players, of course. And then, it's been interesting over the years. You've seen success from alumni teams like the Aftershocks winning it last year, but also the non-alumni teams. You've had success there.
That's
interesting having only 14 teams this year in TBT. The prize is bigger with $2 million. I guess, what do you think of how this new format has gone? Because I'm usually of the opinion of I want a bigger bracket. And, and it's like, I think it started as, everybody gets a chance to have a chance and let's have 64 teams or whatever. And that was probably their initial goal, honestly. And they got close to that, but now they've kind of changed direction and audibled a little bit to this smaller field.
I like the best of three. I didn't think that I would like it at first because I'm just like, you're playing the same team, 3 times or whatever. But the fans are, I think, what made it so much fun. And I'm even including K-State fans in this as well because they showed out for that first game. Second game, not as much. But for the first game, Bramlage was packed out. There's more people in there than a regular K-State basketball game, which is a low bar. I understand that. It's the octagon of room, sure. But, the fans make it so much fun. And again, I like the fact that they're pinning at least, a few rivalries against each other, right? You have Louisville and Kentucky. You have K-State and KU. You can even say, just in terms of Big East, it's Seton Hall and Syracuse, right? It's really fun to kind of see all of this happen. And again, it makes it a little bit more illustrious because of the fact that you're tightening it down to 14 teams instead of 64. So it's a little easier to follow. You know more about each team because you don't have to read up on 64 different teams. And there's a bunch of overseas elites and the Heartfires, and which granted, the Heartfires in it again. But it's so much fun to see this all come about. And again, I do like the new format because the best of 3 was so much fun. It was all here, and you felt that hatred, and you saw other KU fans being like, oh yeah, no, I forgot what it's like to watch these guys play basketball, and B, it's fun to beat K-State.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what the scene will be.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit different, I think, when you get later in the tournament. In Wichita at Charles Cook Arena, they have filled that place for championships in the past, so that won't be the case when it's a championship, but it's also now, Kansas. When it's Kansas comes in, even though it's the Kansas alum, it's going to be a little bit different. We'll tell you about some of the specific players. You're familiar with some of them on the Aftershocks here to close out the show next segment. So more coming up, and we'll say goodbye after we preview TBT quarterfinals next. ESPN Kansas City and KansasNation.com.
Yo, this is Paul Pierce, and you're watching Kansas Nation.
If you want to save a bunch on professional mowers, you better hustle to the Hustler Pro Sales event at Heinen Repair and Heinen Outdoor Power Equipment. Save up to 20% off the regular price of select new Hustler commercial mowers, and 0% financing is available with approved credit. Hustler Fleet Program members can save even more. Offers in July 31st. See them for complete details at Heinen Repair, south of Valley Falls, and Heinen Outdoor Power Equipment in Lawrence.
With Heinen, there's always hope for your yard.
Celebrate the summer with savings at Crown Toyota. BZ models, 0% APR with a $500 cash incentive. RAV4 models, 4.99% APR. 2026 Toyota Tacoma, 3.99% APR. Get into a 2026 Tundra for 2.99% APR.
At the heart of a city lies the restless, the visionaries, the bold. You made the bet. You took the risk. You showed up when nobody else would. Now, success is within reach. The question is whether your finances can keep up with you. From redefining events to guiding local youth, providing lifelines of industry, or reshaping wellness across the region. You deserve a financial partner that matches your ambition. This is where Merit Trust comes in. Local people, real relationships. A team that sees your vision and says yes. Because bold business owners deserve bold financial partners. At Merit Trust, we handle the finances, so you can take care of the bold. Merit Trust Credit Union. Business, thinking, bold.
Welcome back to Rock Chalk Sports, ESPN Kansas City, KansasNation.com. Sean Kellerman, Dan Courtwright. We're going to be doing the old drive to Wichita, drive back from Wichita this evening to make sure that we are in attendance. JHX Hoops.
Are you driving?
Against the basketball tournament, against the Aftershocks in the basketball tournament. I don't know. What should we do?
You want to flip for it? I drove to Manhattan twice last week.
That's true.
Put some miles on the car.
I drove to the Ozarks.
You did. We'll flip for it.
Okay.
We do it. You want to do it now?
All right. MIAA flipping coin.
All right.
All right. Either way, though, I will say this. Either way, we probably should leave from my place because it's closer to the highway.
It's a good point. All right. MIAA is you.
There's so much on the line.
Mine is tails. I know. This is actually kind of big.
All right. Wait. So I want the MIAA.
Your MIAA.
Okay.
And then, no. Sorry. If it lands on heads, that means you drive. And if it lands on tails, it means I drive.
Okay. And again, heads is the MIAA. Are you just going to flip it and not give any background?
Oh, I'm sorry. Of course I'll do that. Yes, this is the official MIAA flipping coin from September 5th, 2019. When Emporia State played against Northeastern State, it's actually the only meaningful playing time that I ever got in a football game. I played in 3 snaps. 2 of them were victory formation. All right.
So I don't want the MIAA because that means
I don't want the MIAA.
MIAA is I have to drive. All right. I got to watch. Oh, yes, sir! The Courtwright Mobile. Let's go. Don't worry. I will sit next to you and scroll on my phone as you drive. Great call.
I'm taking
Tyler
the moped.
Brewer having us. You know what? Karma. Because you were giving Tyler stuff earlier. I had his back, and he has my back there. Man, I can't wait to just put my feet up on the dash. And that's going to be great.
Just for that, I'm not taking the Subaru. I'm taking our Honda Civic.
No, we're not going to get there.
I really doubt it, actually.
Custom Lawn and Landscape, partners of us here at Kansas Nation. Summertime is made for backyard fun, and nothing ruins time outside faster than fleas, ticks, and chiggers. That's why families trust Custom Lawn and Landscape to help keep their lawns beautiful and protected all season long. They've got a home insect control program that helps defend your yard from pesky bugs so your pets and loved ones can enjoy the outdoors more comfortably and safely. Right now, when you sign up for the season, your first application is absolutely free. Your first application totally free at Custom Lawn and Landscape. A simple way to take back your backyard this summer. You can visit them online at customlawn.com to schedule your free first application. They've got a seasonal insect control program that, like I said, is totally free in your first application. Custom Lawn and Landscape, helping you love your lawn without the bugs. The quarterfinals of the basketball tournament. Winner gets La Familia, the Kentucky alums, in the semifinals of this thing, and you're trying to win 3 more and get a $2 million prize. Tonight, JHX Hoops in Wichita against the Aftershocks. We broke down the best-of-3 victory over Purple Rain for JHX Hoops earlier in the show. If you missed anything, check out the podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, or, of course, you can watch the show in full on YouTube as well. Dan, some notable names, some guys who were really good players in college, honestly, with Marcus McDuffie, Marcus Keene. He didn't play at Wichita State, but he got a lot of shots up elsewhere. Rashard Kelly, a really good player, and Connor Frankamp, of course, he is back. This is the team, the Aftershocks, that won the 2025 TBT. It's going to be a tough challenge. They've also got Marcus Santos Silva, who played some ball at Texas Tech.
Yeah, that's right. Marcus Santos Silva. That's actually crazy. Did he also? No way. He got drafted in the NFL to play tight end for the Cleveland Browns. Not drafted, but picked up as a tight end.
I kind of remember that.
For the Cleveland Browns.
That happens all the time with guys who are 6'8" and, small forward guys who are more
bulky.
thick. And,
who is the Baylor guy who
Quincy Acey.
Yeah, Quincy Acey.
That sounds right.
Also,
right?
Who's the Colts tight end?
Oh, Mark Vidal.
No. For
Vidal also.
No, but there was the VCU basketball player who played Mo Alley Cox.
Oh, yeah.
Mo Alley Cox played basketball at VCU.
Yeah. Tony Gonzalez played basketball at Cal, and he got drafted.
Yeah, Mo Alley Cox didn't even play college football. Same with oh gosh, this is gonna bother me. The tight end for the Chiefs, who caught the touchdown from Dontarie Poe. Played basketball at Milwaukee.
He's tall. He wore 80.
Like 6.
Of course it's 80. What was his name, man? That's frustrating. That is frustrating.
This is gonna bother me. Dontarie Poe.
Shout out to Quincy Acey being.
Shout out, man.
This is the greatest Wikipedia picture I've ever seen in my life.
Who did he throw it to?
Look at that. Look at that Wikipedia picture.
Oh,
that's the
awesome.
best picture they got of Quincy
amazing.
Acey.
Shout out to
You
Quincy
guys
Acey.
can't see, but just go to Quincy Acey's Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
The photo that they have of him.
Shout out. But anyway, let's talk a little Aftershocks.
Yeah.
They do have some really nice players, obviously. Headlined by Marcus Keene. Marcus Keene, by the way, I have his college stats pulled up. So he didn't play at Wichita State. He played at Youngstown State for 2 years and Central Michigan for a year. When he was at Central Michigan, he averaged 30 points per game. His field goal percentage was only 44.7%, put up 22 shots per game, 10.6 three-pointers per game. I mean, that's unbelievable. And he's really doing it with Aftershocks in the basketball tournament now. He had 23 points, 8 for 16 from the field, 2 for 5 from the three-point line. A really nice player. Frankamp had 16 minutes, but only 2 points in Game 3 against Enchantment. Marcus McDuffie, like you said, really nice. They utilize their bench a lot. They had 6 guys come off the bench, and 2 guys off their bench actually scored in double figures. QJ Peterson wound up with 16 points, going 5 for 8 from the field in 22 minutes. And then Marcos Santos Silva, like you said, 30 minutes off the bench, 12 points, 11 rebounds. So he had a double-double. So, I mean, they have a lot of depth on this squad, which I think is maybe the detriment to this JHX Hoops squad, is that they have some depth, but you need a lot of rotation if you want all these guys to remain fresh out there. And I think that's what Aftershocks kind of has in their back pocket, is they have always fresh legs going out there.
Yeah, it's going to be a test, like you talked about a little bit earlier, for the JHX Hoops bigs, because Santos Silva can score. He's crafty. We saw that a little bit when he was at Texas Tech. And the Aftershocks are just really good. They have always been really good at Charles Koch Arena. 20-4 at home in TBT. They've reached the quarterfinals at least in 4 of their last 5 tournament appearances, and of course broke through with the title last year in 2025. So they're not, I guess, strangers to success in this tournament. And JHX Hoops, we're hoping for the best performance yet. Going to have to shoot better than they did undoubtedly in Game 3 against Purple Rain. And we're going to talk about the importance of the bigs. Carlton Bragg is going to have to play big. Jamari Traylor, Andrew Orr, they're all going to have to play big. But it's going to come down to your best players playing the best. Yeah. And Dan, as we talked about earlier, Billy Preston, he's going to have to play well. And it's going to come down to the guards, particularly Mayo, Mason, and Jacob Hanna. They have got to be able to fill it up and win this thing for the good guys.
Yeah, and Jacob Hanna, I mean, you know how much I hate giving credit to Washburn guys, but Jacob Hanna and Andrew Orr have been really good. And Andrew Orr, you're not going to see it on the stat sheet, but defensively he's really good. And he went face-to-face with Michael Beasley for a good portion of Game 2. And then Jacob Hanna, like you said, I mean, he's going out there getting like 10 rebounds as a scrappy little guard. I mean, he's working his tail off. By the way, tight end who caught the Dontarie Poe pass? Demetrius Harris.
Yes, Demetrius Harris. Great pull. Hey,
84.
Good work. Good work putting in that work there and multitasking. Hey, we have coverage tonight on kansasnation.com. You're going to get the audio feed of JHX Hoops against the Aftershocks on kansasnation.com. And we're also going to be out there, like I said. We got to decide where we're going to eat. That was the other thing I wanted to ask you. I mean, we're just absolutely. Should we flip the coin? No, we don't.
There is a pizza spot.
There's a lot of Pizza Huts down there, I've heard.
Yeah, a little known place called Pizza Hut. Probably never heard of it. No, there's a pizza spot. I got to text my buddy Cody, but he says best pizza he's ever had. So
all right, pizza.
I
love a good pizza pie. Hey, so make sure you're tuned in at the Kansas Nation Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Kansas Nation on Facebook for all the coverage you need as we get a little taste of KU basketball here in the summer. Big shout out to Tyler Brewer and Elijah Schmidt behind the cameras today. For Dan Courtwright, Sean Kellerman saying stay tuned to our socials tonight, and we'll be back on air for Rock Chalk Sports 4 to 6, ESPN Kansas City and kansasnation.com.
Hi, my name is Augusto Mungarrieta from Kansas Baseball, and you're watching kansasnation.com.
Get 0.9% APR or a $3,500 customer bonus on 2026 Atlas models. 2026 Atlas Cross Sport 3.9% APR or $3,500 customer bonus. 26 Tiguan models now 1.9% APR or a $2,500 customer bonus.
This is SSJ. Winter in Kansas City doesn't mean your lawn takes a break. It means smart homeowners get a head start. Let David and his crew from Custom Lawn and Landscape prepare your yard for a greener, healthier spring with winter fertilization, soil conditioning, and pre-emergent treatments that stop weeds before they start. Because when the snow melts, you don't want to start fixing your lawn. You want to already be winning. Trust Custom Lawn and Landscape, treating your yard now so it looks incredible later. Visit CustomLawn.com to schedule your winter services today.
At the heart of a city lies the restless, the visionaries, the bold. From redefining events to guiding local youth, providing lifelines of industry, or reshaping wellness across the region, you deserve a financial partner that matches your ambition. At Meritrust, we handle the finances, so you can take care of the bold. Meritrust Credit Union. Business, thank